Hey, hey, everybody.
Hi.
Hello. Oh, my computer's muted. That would help. Hey.
Game-changing weapon. That's Mr. Carson, ex-head of defense at SHIELD, presently in the business of toppling governments.
Hold on, let me turn it off. The backgrounds don't freaking work with me. There we go. Okay, none. There it is. Oh my God, look how awesome you all look.
I love y'all's flapper get-ups.
Thank you.
We're going all in.
But if I was gonna go 20s, Bianca, I couldn't do it without stepping it up a little. There we go.
I'm out of my car, so I have like a whole like film noir thing going with this.
Trying to figure out how to get my whole hat to show, but unless I lean real far close.
Yeah, I'm actually wearing one too, a close. You can't even see it though because of the light.
So Rebecca, my son taught me how to put the text on the screen, so I won't be looking down this time
On Friday. Good.
Yes. Had no idea that was even possible.
What, put the text on the screen?
Yeah, you guys were all in and with it and cool, and I was not.
There's this awkward pause in the video of the Macbeth video because it just looks like I say, okay, say your. But I did cut it at the right point. Oh my goodness, Liz. Oh, so perfect. Because we got the Cupid's bow both, so you can have her sisters.
And yeah, because, you know, she's not the pretty one. So.
Kate of Kate
I love
Hall.
it.
There? Who else is there?
Ulrich, what kind of hat is that? And I'm guessing at your name pronunciation. Forgive me.
I'm so used to muting myself, I didn't really.
No, unmute.
Well, you know, I'm usually teaching on here, so I'll mute the kids. So I literally muted myself. But it's this is the 20th like fedora-ish I could provide today. So
Can you stop scratching me?
You know, come through.
No, I won't.
I was gonna say, oh man.
Hi, Cece. Haven't seen you for a long time.
Hi, Cece.
Hello. Hi.
Hey, Cece, I haven't seen you for a long time.
Yeah, you either. That's kind of,
Except for the fact that she's stuck at home.
actually, I'm not
With
in
her
his
mom.
house. Yeah.
Oh, you're with mom. Okay.
So, but it's okay. We're managing, I think. I don't know. I have a hat. I don't know if I should. I don't have any like actual good hats. I have a white hat. I don't think I'll wear a hat for this. I don't
Wear
know.
a bad hat.
No.
Wear a truly
some
evil hat.
truly diabolical hat.
Evil.
That's some
Evil
bad
hat.
hat, Harry.
Y'all, this is a hat I've had since 7th grade.
Nice.
So I was looking, it's the 1920s, because being that I'm playing a dude tonight, I went, okay, because I have like all the flapper stuff. Okay, men's hats. I went, oh my God, I have that hat. I have that same hat. So score.
Yeah, I messaged, I think it was Rebecca, that while I was doing research, it turned out that it's just like what I wear every day is great for the 1920s.
Hey everybody, it's Nicole. I am so glad to have everyone. I was not able to join by video because, as I mentioned, I'm experiencing some technical difficulties, but that's great because I have cast myself in a very small role. So I would love to go ahead and get going if everyone else is here.
Nicole, are we doing the opening kind of faux play within a play, or are we just going to start with the text prompt?
Absolutely, because I'm in that.
Me too.
Yay!
Right, like half the cast here is in that.
Good. Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Let's go ahead and start from the very beginning, as soon as there is dialogue, so we can go from there. All right. So from the induction, so everybody see where we are.
Let me find me, and I'm gonna mute. I'm muting me. Okay. Good.
Great. Okay.
Do we want video off for people who aren't on stage? Do we have any rules about that?
Yes, video off if you're not on stage would be great. Very easy to control yourself in that regard. So if everyone can just use their own discretion, that'll work. All right, is everybody clear on roles?
Think so.
Think so, yeah.
Fantastic. And Josh, are you here? Okay, I think we're automatically recording, so we'll just go ahead and get going. Thank you again, everyone who is here, and we will roll on.
Is there a sly?
Uh-oh.
There is supposed to be, yes. We may be missing Alexandria. All right. I'm going to go ahead and take that roll then, and we can go ahead and get going. All right.
All right.
I'll seize you in faith.
A pair of stocks, you rogue.
You're a baggage. The slides are no rogues. Look in the chronicles. We came in with Richard Conqueror. Therefore, Pacus Colibris, let the world slide. Fesa.
You will not pay for the glasses you have burst?
No, not a denier. Go. By Saint Geronimy, go too. Thy cold bed and warm thee.
I know my remedy. I must go fetch the head borough.
Third or fourth or fifth borough, I'll answer him by law. I'll not budge an inch. Boy, let him come, and kindly. Huntsman, I charge thee tender well my house. Breathe Merriman, the poor curs in boss, and couple Clouder with a deep mouth brass. Saw'st thou not, boy, how silver made it good? At the hedge corner in the coldest fault, I would not lose the dog for 20 pounds.
Why, Bellman is as good as he, my lord. He cried upon it at the merest loss, and twice today picked out the dullest scent. Trust me, I take him for the better dog.
Thou art a fool. If Echo were asleep, I would esteem him worth a dozen such. But sup them well, and look unto them. Tomorrow I intend to hunt again.
I will, my lord.
What's here? One dead or drunk? See dusty breeze. He breathes, my lord, worry not with ale. This will be a gold bed so soundly. And I'd like to take this opportunity, if anybody is reading a much smaller part in the second act or beyond, please pick up if you don't hear anybody reading aloud.
I can hop in for the second Huntsman.
Okay, great.
Cool.
Cece, cough, Cece.
Be silent. Where are we picking up from?
Yeah, I lost my place too.
Do you want to take He Breathes, my lord?
He breathes, my lord. Were he not warmed with ale? This were a bed, but cold to sleep so soundly.
Ah, monstrous beast, how like a swine he lies. Grim death, how foul and loathsome is thine image. Sirs, I will practice on this drunken man. What think you? If he were conveyed to bed, wrapped in sweet clothes, rings upon his fingers, a most delicious banquet by his bed, and brave attendants near him when he wakes, would not the beggar then forget himself?
Believe me, lord, I think he cannot choose.
It would seem strange unto him when he waked.
Even as flattering a dream of worthless fantasy. Then wake him and manage well the jest. Carry him gently to my fairest chamber, and hang it round with all my wanton pictures. Balm him foul head in warm distilled waters, and burn sweet wood to make the lodging sweet. Procure me music ready when he wakes, to make it dulcet and a heavenly sound. And if he chance to speak, be ready straight, and with a low, submissive reverence say, what is it your honor will command? Let one attend him with silver basins full of rose water and bestrewed with flowers, another bear the ewer, the third a diaper, and say, will please your lordship cool your hands. Someone be ready with a costly suit and ask him what apparel he will wear. Another, tell him of his hands and horse, and that his lady mourns his disease. Persuade him that he hath been lunatic, and when he says he is, say that he dreams, for he is nothing but a mighty lord. It will be past time passing excellent if he be husband with modesty.
My lord, I warrant you we will play our part, as he shall think by our true diligence he is no less than what we say he is.
Shape him up gently, and to bed with him, and each one to his office when he wakes. You're off. Go see what trumpet is that sound. But like some noble gentleman that means traveling some journey, to repose him here. How now? Who is it?
And it please your honor, players that offer service to your lordship.
Bid them come near. Now, fellows, you are welcome.
We thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You intend to stay with me tonight?
So please your lordship to accept our duty.
With all my heart. This fellow I remember, since once he played a farmer's eldest son. 'Twas where you wooed the gentlewoman so well. I forgot your name, but sure that part was aptly fitted and naturally performed.
I think it was Soto. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. I think it was Soto that Your Honor means.
'Tis very true. Thou didst it excellent. Well, you are come to me in happy time, the rather for I have some sport in hand, wherein your cunning can assist me much. There is a lord will hear you play tonight, but I am doubtful of your modesty, lest over-eyeing of his odd behavior, for yet his honor never heard play, you break into some merry passion, and so offend him. For I tell you, sirs, if you should smile, he grows impatient.
Fear not, my lord. We can contain ourselves were he the veriest antic in the world.
Go, draw, come to the buttery, and give them a friendly welcome, everyone. Let them want nothing that my house affords. Sirrah, go to you to Bartholomew, my page, and see him dressed in all suits like a lady. That done, conduct him to the drunkard's chamber and call him, Madam, do him obedience. Tell him from me as he will win my love. He bear himself with honorable actions, such as he hath observed in noble ladies, unto their lords by them accomplishes. Such duty to the drunken let him do, with soft low tongue and lowly courtesy, and say, as your honor will command, wherein your lady and your humble wife may show her duty and make known her love. And then with kind embracements, tempting kisses, and with declining head into his bosom, bid him shed tears as being overjoyed to see her noble lord restored to health, who for the 7 years hath esteemed him no better than a poor and loathsome beggar. And if the boy have not a woman's gift to rain a shower of commanded tears, an onion will do for such a gift, which, in napkin being close conveyed, shall in despite enforce a watery eye. See this dispatch with all the haste thou canst. Anon, I'll give thee more instructions. I know the boy will usurp the grace, voice, gait, and action of a gentlewoman. I long to hear him called the drunkard husband, and how my men will save themselves from laughter when they do homage to this simple peasant. I'll in to counsel them. Haply my presence may well abate the over-merry spleen, which otherwise would grow into extremes. For God's sake, a small pot of ale.
Will it please your lord a cup of sack? Will it please your honor taste of these conserves? What raiment will your honor wear today?
I'm Christopher O. Sly, call me not honor, nor lordship. I ne'er drank sack in my life, and if you give me any conserves, give me conserves of beef. Ne'er ask me what raiment I'll wear, for I have no more doublets than back, no more stockings than legs, no more shoes than feet. Nay, sometimes more feet than shoes, or such shoes as my toes look through the over leather.
Heaven cease this idle humor in your honor. Oh, that a mighty man of such descent, of such possessions, and so high esteem should be infused with so foul a spirit.
Why would you make me mad? Am I not Christopher Sly, old Sly, son of Burton Heath, by birth a peddler, by education a card maker, by transmutation a fair herd, and now by present profession a tinker? Ask Marian Hackett, the fat alewife of Wingod, if she know me not. If she say I am not 14 pence from the score of sheer ale, score me up for the lying knave in Christendom. What I am not distraught, here's
Oh, this is that makes your lady mourn. Oh, this is that makes your servants droop. Hence comes it that your kindred shuns your house, as beaten hence by your strange lunacy. Oh, noble lord, bethink thee of thy birth. Call home thy ancient thoughts from banishment, and banish hence these abject lowly dreams. Look how thy servants do attend on thee, each in his office ready at thy beck. Wilt thou have music? Hark! Apollo plays, and 20 caged nightingales do sing. Or wilt thou sleep? We'll have thee to a couch, softer and sweeter than a lustful bed, on purpose trimmed up for Sorry. Say, wilt thou walk? We will bestrew the ground. Or wilt thou ride? Thy horses shall be trapped, their harness studded with gold and pearl. Dost thou love hawking? Thou hast hawks will soar above the morning lark. Or wilt thou hunt? Thy hounds shall make the welkin answer them, and fetch shrill echoes from the hollow earth. Say thou wilt course. Thy greyhounds are as swift as breathed stags, aye, fleeter than the roe. Dost thou love pictures? We will fetch thee straight Adonis, painted by a running brook, and Cytherea and all sedges hid, which seem to move and wanton with her breath, even as the waving sedges play with wind. We'll show thee Io as she was a maid, and how she was beguiled and surprised, as lively painted as the deed was done. Or Daphne roaming through a thorny wood, scratching her legs, that one shall swear she bleeds, and at that sight shall sad Apollo weep, so workmanly the blood and tears are drawn. Thou art a lord, and nothing but a lord. Thou hast a lady far more beautiful than any woman in this waning age. And till the tears that she hath shed for thee, like envious floods, o'errun her lovely face, she was the fairest creature in the world, and yet she is inferior to none.
Am I a lord, and have I such a lady? Or do I dream? Or have I dreamed till now? I do not sleep. I see. I hear. I speak. I smell sweet savors, and I feel soft things. Upon my life, I am lord indeed, and not a tinker, nor Christopher Sly. Well, bring our lady hither to our sight, and once again, a pot of the smallest ale.
Will it please your mightiness to wash your hands? Do it. And oh, how we joy to see your wit restored. Oh, that once more you knew but what you are. These 15 years you have been in a dream, or when you waked, so waked as if you slept.
These 15 years? By my say, a goodly nap. But did I never speak of all that time?
Oh, yes, my lord, but very idle words. For though you lay here in this goodly chamber, yet you would say you were beaten out of door, and rail upon the hostess of the house, and say you would present her at the leet, because she brought stone jugs and no sealed quarts. Sometimes you would call out for Cicely Hackett.
Aye, the woman's maid of the house.
Why, sir, you know no house, nor no such maid, nor no such men as you have reckoned up, as Stephen Sly, and old John Naps of Greet, and Peter Turf, and Henry Pimpernel, and 20 more such names and men as these, which never were, nor no man ever saw.
Now, Lord, be thanked for my good amends.
Amen.
I thank thee, thou shalt not lose by it. How fares thy noble lord? Marry I farewell, for here is fair enough. Where is my wife?
Here, noble
Here,
lord.
noble lord.
Wouldn't
is
I
thy
go with
will
her?
to her? Are you my wife, and will not call me husband? My men shall call me lord. I am your goodman.
My husband and my lord and husband, I am your wife in all obedience.
I know it well. What must I call her?
Madam.
Sorry.
Alice, madam, or Joan, madam. Madam, and nothing else, so Lord call lady you. Madam wife, they say that I have dreamed and slept above some 15 year or more.
Aye, and the time seems 30 unto me, being all this time abandoned from your bed.
'Tis much. Servants, leave me and her alone. Madam, undress you and come now to bed.
Thrice noble lord, let me entreat of you to pardon me yet for a night or two, or if not so, until the sun be set. For your physicians have expressly charged, in peril to incur your former malady, that I should yet absent me from your bed.
Yeah, no.
I hope this reason stands for
My
my
allergies
excuse.
are bad, and oh, I'm so sorry. I thought I was muted.
It stands so that I may hardly tarry so long, but I would be loath to fall into my dreams again. I will therefore tarry in despite of the flesh and the blood.
Your honor's players, hearing your amendment, are come to play a pleasant comedy, for so your doctors hold it very meet, seeing too much sadness hath congealed your blood, and melancholy is the nurse of frenzy. Therefore they thought it was good you hear a play, and frame your mind to mirth and merriment, which bars 1,000 harms and lengthens life.
Marry, I will. Let them play it. It's not a comedy, a Christmas gamble or a tumbling trick.
No, my good lord, it is more pleasing stuff.
What household stuff?
It is a kind of history.
Well, we'll see it. Come, Madam Wife, sit by my side and let the world slip. We shall ne'er be younger.
Nicole, before we start the next one, could you let my son William Raley in to watch?
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you.
Looks like we have a couple of people waiting. Sorry, everyone. Great. We have everybody in? Okay, moving on.
Trainio.
With Lucentio.
Trainio, since for the great desire I had to see fair Padua, nursery of arts, I am a ride for fruitful Lombardy, the pleasant garden of great Italy, and by my father's love and leave am armed with his good will and thy good company. My trusty servant, well approved in all, here let us breathe and haply institute a course of learning and ingenious studies. Pisa, renowned for grave citizens, gave me my being, and my father first, a merchant of great traffic through the world. Vincentio, come of the Bentivogli, Vincentio's son, brought up in Florence. It shall become to serve all hopes conceived to deck his fortune with virtuous deeds. And therefore, Trainio, for the time I study virtue, and that part of philosophy will I apply that treats of happiness by virtue specially to be achieved. Tell me thy mind, for I have Pisa left and am come to Padua, as he that leaves a shadow plash to plunge him in the deep, and with satiety seeks to quench his thirst.
Mi perdonato, gentle mastermind. I am in all affected as yours. Glad that you thus continue your resolve to suck the sweets of sweet philosophy. Only, good master, while we do admire this virtue and this moral discipline, let's not be stoics, nor no stocks, I pray, or so devote to Aristotle's checks as Ovid be an outcast, quite absurd. Balk logic with acquaintance that you have, and practice rhetoric in your common talk. Music and poesy used to quicken you. The mathematics and metaphysics fall to them as you find your stomach serves you. No profit grows where no pleasure is taken. In brief, sir, study what you most affect.
Ramesses Tranio, well dost thou advise. If Bondiello thou wert come ashore, we could at once put us in readiness and take a lodging fit to entertain such friends as time in Padua shall beget. But stay a while. What company is this?
Master, some show to welcome us in town.
Gentlemen,
importune me no farther.
Importune me no further. I am the father in this household. But nice to meet you. Go pour a drink. Gentlemen, importune me no further. For how I am firmly resolved, you know. That is, not to bestow my youngest daughter before I have a husband for the elder. If either of you both love Katherine, as because I know you well and love you well, Leave shall you have to court her at your pleasure.
Oh, Helen, you're muted.
What say you, GREMIO? Unmute thyself, GREMIO.
To court her rather, she's too rough for me. There, Hortensio, will you any wife?
Okay, Boomer.
I pray you, sir, is it your will to make a stale of me amongst these mates? Hortensio.
He didn't show up.
Oh, we don't have a Hortensio?
Oh, we don't.
Yo, Ty, what's up?
I say Vincentio doesn't come in till the end. I think Ty's on.
Wait.
I thought Ty was Hortensio, no?
No, I'm not.
No, he's somebody's daddy.
Wait, so now I have to stop.
Somebody's daddy.
I have to stop drinking.
We know that.
No, wait, who do you want me to be?
I mean, well, not my daddy, but somebody's daddy.
I'm catching on. Who do you want me to be?
Hortensio.
Hortensio.
Mates, maid? How mean you that? No mates for you, unless you are of gentler, milder mold.
In faith, sir, you shall never need to fear. It is not halfway to her heart. But if it were, doubt not her care should be to comb your noodle with a three-legged stool and paint your face and use you like a fool.
From all such devils, good Lord, deliver us.
Me too, good Lord.
Hush, master. Here's some good pastime toward. That wench is stark mad or wonderful froward.
But in the other silence do I see maid's mild behavior and sobriety. Peace, Tranio.
Well said, master. Mum and gaze your fill.
Gentlemen, that I may soon make good what I have said, Bianca, get you in. And let it not displease thee, good Bianca, for I will love thee ne'ertheless, my girl.
A pretty Pete is best. Put a finger in the eye, and she knew why.
Sister, content you in my discontent. So to your pleasure, humbly I subscribe. My books and instruments shall be my company, on them to look and practice by myself.
Hark, Tranio, thou mayest hear Minerva speak.
Signor Baptista, will you be so strange? Sorry am I that our goodwill affects Bianca's grief.
Why will you move her up, Signor Baptista, for this fiend of hell, and make her bear the penance of her tongue?
Gentlemen, content you. I am resolved. Go in, Bianca. And, for I know she taketh most delight in music, instruments, and poetry, schoolmasters will I keep within my house, fit to instruct her youth. If you, Hortensio, or Signor GREMIO, you know any such, prefer them hither. For to cunning men I will be very kind, and liberal to mine own children in good bringing up. And so, farewell. Katherine, you may stay, for I have more to commune with Bianca.
Why, untrust I may go too, may I not? What shall I be appointed hours, as though belike I know not what to take and when to leave?
You may go to the Devil's Dam. Your gifts are so good here, none will hold you. Their love is not so great, Hortensio, but we may blow our nails together and fast it fairly out. Our cake's dough on both sides. Farewell, yet for the love I bear my sweet Bianca, if I can by any means light on a fit man to teach her, that wherein she delights, I will wish him to her father.
So will I, Signor GREMIO. But a word, I pray. Though the nature of our quarrel yet never booked parley, nor upon advice it toucheth us both, that we may again have access to our fair mistress, happy rivals in Bianca's love, to labor and effect one thing specially.
What's that, I pray?
Marry, sir, to get a husband for her sister.
A husband? Huh? A devil!
I say a husband.
I say a devil. Thinkest thou, Hortensio, though her father to be very rich, any man is so very fool to be married to hell?
GREMIO, though it pass your patience and mine to endure her loud alarms, why, man, there be good fellows in the world, and a man could light on them, would take her with all faults and money enough.
I cannot tell, but I had a leaf take her dowry with this condition, to be whipped at the high cross every morning.
Faith, as you say, there's small choice in rotten apples. But come, since this bar-in-law makes us friends, it shall be so forth freely maintained till, by helping Baptista's eldest daughter to a husband, we set his youngest free for a husband, and we have then have to fresh, sweet Bianca. Happy man be his dole. He that runs fastest gets the ring. How say you, Signor GREMIO?
I am agreed, and I have given him the best horse in patio to begin with, wooing that would thoroughly woo her, wed her, and bed her, and rid the house of her. Come on.
I pray, sir, tell me, is it possible that love should have sudden take such hold?
Oh, Tranio, till I found it to be true, I never thought it possible or likely. But see, while idly I stood looking on, I found the effect of love in idleness, and now in plainness do confess to thee that artist art to me as secret and as dear as Anna to the Queen of Carthage was. Tranio, I burn, I pine, I perish, Tranio, if I achieve not this modest girl. Counsel me, Tranio, for I know thou canst. Assist me, Tranio, for I know thou wilt.
Master, it is no time to chide you now. Affection is not rated from the heart. If love have touched you, naught remains but so. Redimeti captum quam quies minimo.
Oh, Gramercy's lad, go forward. This contents, the rest will be comfort for thy counsel's sound.
Master, you looked so longly on the maid, perhaps you marked not what's the pith of all.
Oh, yes, I saw sweet beauty in her face, such as the daughter of Agenor had, that made great Jove to humble him to her hand when with his knees he kissed the Cretan strand.
Saw you no more? Marked you not how her sister began to scold and raise up such a storm that mortal ears might hardly endure the din?
Tranio, I saw her coral lips to move, and with her breath she did perfume the air. Sacred and sweet was all I saw in her.
Nay, then 'tis time to stir him from his trance. I pray, awake, sir. If you love the maid, bend thoughts and wits to achieve her. Thus it stands. Her eldest sister is so cursed and shrewd that till her father rid his hands of her, master, your love must live a maid at home. And therefore has he closely mewed her up, because she will not be annoyed with suitors.
Ah, Tranio, what a cruel father's he! But art thou not advised he took some care to get her cunning schoolmasters to instruct her?
Aye, marry, am I, sir, and now 'tis plotted.
I have it, Tranio.
Master, from my hand, both of our inventions meet and jump in one.
Tell me thine first.
You will be schoolmaster and undertake the teaching of the maid. That's your device.
It is. May it be done?
Not possible. For who shall bear your part and be in Padua here, Lucentio's son? Keep house and ply his book, welcome his friends, visit his countrymen and banquet them.
Basta! Content thee, for I have it full. We have not yet been seen in any house, nor can we be distinguished by our faces for man or master. Then it follows thus. Thou shalt be master, Tranio, in my stead. Keep house and port and servants as I should. I will some other be, some Florentine, some Neapolitan or meaner man of Pisa. 'Tis hatched, and shall be so. Tranio, at once, uncase thyself. Take my colored hat and cloak. When Biondello comes, he waits on thee, but I will charm him first to keep his tongue.
So had you need. In brief, sir, sith at your pleasure is, and I am tied to be obedient. For so your father charged me at your parting, be serviceable to my son, quoth he, although I think it was in another sense. I am content to be Lucentio, because so well I love Lucentio.
Tranio, be so, because Lucentio loves, and let me be a slave to achieve that maid whose sudden sight hath thralled my wounded eye. Here comes the rogue. Sirrah, where have you been?
Where have I been? Nay, how now, where are you? Master, has my fellow Tranio stolen your clothes? Or have you stolen his? Or both? Pray, what's the news?
Sirrah, come hither. 'Tis no time to jest, and therefore frame your manners to the time. Your fellow Tranio here, to save my life, puts my apparel and my countenance on, and I for my escape have put on his. For in a quarrel since I came ashore, I killed a man, and fear I was descried. Wait you on him, I charge you as becomes, while I make my way from hence to save my life. You understand me?
Aye, sir.
And not a jot of Tranio in your mouth. Tranio is changed into Lucentio.
The better for him. I would I were so too.
So could I have faith, boy, to have the next wish after, that Lucentio indeed has Baptista's youngest daughter. But, Sirrah, not for my sake, but your master's, I advise you use your manners discreetly in all kinds of company. When I am alone, why then I am Tranio, but in all places else, your master Lucentio.
Tranio, let's go. One thing more rest, that thyself execute to make one amongst these wooers. If thou ask me why, sufficeth my reasons are both good and weighty.
My lord, you nod. You do not mind the play.
Yes, by Saint Anne, do I. A good matter, surely. Comes there any more of it? My lord, 'tis but begun.
'Tis a very excellent piece of work, Madam Lady. Would 'twere done.
It sucks.
Verona, for a while I take my leave to see my friends in Padua. But of all my best beloved and approved friend, Hortensio, and I trow this is his house. Here, Syria Cumbio, knock, I say. GREMIO? Knock, I say, GREMIO.
Knock, sir. Whom should I knock? Is there any man who has rebuked your worship?
Villain, I say, knock me here soundly.
Knock you here, sir? Why, sir, what am I, sir, that I should knock you here, sir?
Villain, I say, knock me at this gate and rap me well, or I'll knock your knave's pate.
My master is grown quarrelsome. I should knock you first, and then I know who after comes by the worst.
Will it not be faith, sir, and you'll not knock? I'll bring it. I'll try how you can, so law and sing it.
Help, mistress, help! My master is mad.
Now knock when I bid you, Sirrah, villain.
How now? What's the matter? My old friend GREMIO and my good friend Petruchio, how do you all at Verona?
Signor Hortensio, came you to part the fray? Con tutto il cuore ben trovatio, may I say?
Le nostra casa benvenuto. Molto onoratio, signor mio, Petruchio. Rise, GREMIO, rise. We will compound this quarrel.
Nay, 'tis no matter, sir. What he leagues in Latin, if this be not lawful cause for me to leave his service. Look you, sir, he bid me knock him and rap him soundly, sir. Well, was it fit for a servant to use his master so, being, perhaps, for aught I see, 32, a pip-out? Whom, would to God, I had well knocked at first, then had not GREMIO come by the worst.
A senseless villain, good Hortensio. I bade the rascal knock upon your gate and could not get him for my heart to do it.
Knock at the gate? Oh, heavens! Spoke you not those words plain? Sirrah, knock me here, knock me well, knock me soundly. And come you now with knocking at the gate.
Sir, begone or talk not, I advise you.
Petruchio, patience. I am Gremio's pledge. Why, this is a heavy chance twixt him and you, your ancient, trusty, pleasant servant, Gremio. And tell me now, sweet friend, what happy gale blows you to Padua here from old Verona?
Such wind as scatters young men through the world, seek their fortunes farther than at home, where small experience grows, but in a few. Signor Hortensio, thus it stands with me. Antonio, my father, is deceased, and I have thrust myself into this maze, happily to wive and thrive as best I may. Crowns in my purse have I, and goods at home, and so I'm come abroad to see the world.
Petruchio, shall I then come roundly to thee and wish thee to a shrewd, ill-favored wife? Thou didst thank me but a little for my counsel, and yet I'll promise she shall be rich, and very rich. But thou art too much my friend, and I'll not wish thee to her.
Signor Hortensio, twixt such friends as we, few words suffice. And therefore, if thou know one rich enough to be Petruchio's wife, as wealth is burden of my wooing dance, be she as foul as Florentius' love, as old as Sibyl, as cursed and shrewd as Socrates' Xanthopy, or a worse, she moves me not, or removes at least affection's edge in me. And were she as rough as the swelling of the Adriatic Sea, I come to wive it wealthily in Padua. If wealthily, then happily in Padua.
Nay, look you, sir. He tells you flatly what his mind is. I give him gold enough to marry him to a puppet, or an aglet baby, or an old trot with narrow tooth in her head, though she has as many diseases as 52 horses. Why, nothing comes amiss so long as the money comes withal.
Petruchio, since we are stepped thus far in, I will continue that I broached in jest. I can, Petruchio, help thee to a wife with wealth enough, and young and beauteous, brought up as best becomes a gentlewoman. Her only fault, and that is faults enough, is that she is intolerable cursed, and shrewd, and forward, so beyond all measure that were my state far worse than it is, I would not wed her for a mine of gold.
Hortensio, peace. Thou knowest not gold's effect. Tell me her father's name, and 'tis enough, for I will board her, though she chide as loud as thunder when the clouds in autumn crack.
Her father is Baptista Minola, an affable and courteous gentleman. Her name is Caterina Minola, renowned in Padua for her scolding tongue.
I know her father, although I know not her, and he knew my deceased father well. I will not sleep, Hortensio, until I see her, and therefore let me be thus bold with you, to give you over at this first encounter, unless you will accompany me thither. GREMIO? Wherefore art thou, GREMIO?
GREMIO has lost his place.
Bottom of 55.
Thank you. Ah, I pray you, sir, let him go while the humor lasts. Oh, my word, if she knew him as well as I do, she would think scolding would do a little good upon him. She may perhaps call him half a score knaves or so. Why, that's nothing. And he begin once, he'll rail in his rope tricks. I'll tell you what, sir. And she stand him but a little, he will throw a figure in her face, and so disfigure her with it, that she'll have no more with eyes to see withal than a cat. You know him not, sir.
Tarry, Petruchio, I must go with thee, for in Baptista's keep my treasure is. He hath the jewel of my life in hold, his youngest daughter, beautiful Bianca, and her withholds from me and other more suitors to her and rivals in my love. Supposing it a thing impossible, for those defects I have before rehearsed, that even Katharina will be wooed. Therefore, this order hath Baptista ta'en, that none shall have access unto Bianca till Katharina the crushed have got a husband.
Katherine the cursed. A title for a maid, of all the titles the worst.
Now shall my friend Petruchio do me grace and offer me a disguised in sober robes to old Baptista as a schoolmaster, well seen in music. to instruct Bianca that so I may, by this device at least, have leave and leisure to make love to her and unsuspected court her by herself.
Here's to no knavery. See, to beguile the old folks, how the young lay their heads together. Pah. Master, look about you. Who goes there, huh?
Peace, GREMIO. It is the rival of my love. PETRUCHIO, stand by a while.
A proper stripling, and an amorous.
Oh, very well. I peruse the note. Hark you, sir, I'll have them verily bound.
Well, what? Hi, Nelson. Oh, it's okay. Wait, yeah. There. Sorry, it's my dog.
Hark you, sir, I'll have them fairly bound. All books of love. See that any hand and use. See you read no lectures to her. You understand me? Over and beside Signor Baptista's liberality, I'll mend it with largesse.
Oh my gosh, what is that?
Okay. Take her paper too, and let them have their very well perfumed, for she is sweeter than perfume itself, to whom they go to. What will you read to her?
Whate'er I read to her, I'll plead for you as my patron. Stand you so assured, as firmly as yourself were still in place, yea, and perhaps with more successful words than you, unless you were a scholar, sir.
Oh, this learning, what a thing it is!
Oh, this woodcock, what an ass it is.
Peace, Sarah.
GREMIO, Mom. God save you, Signor GREMIO.
Ah, and you are well met, Signor Hortensio. Though you whither I am going? To Baptista MINOLA I promised to inquire carefully about a schoolmaster for the fair Bianca, and thy good fortune I have lighted well on this young man, for learning and behavior, fit for her turn, well read in poetry and other books. Good ones, I warrant you.
'Tis well, and I have met a gentleman hath promised me to help me to another, a fine musician to instruct our mistress. So shall I no whit be behind in duty to fair Bianca, so beloved of me.
Oh, beloved of me, and that my deeds shall prove.
And that his bag shall prove.
GREMIO, 'tis now no time to vent our love. Listen to me, and if you speak me fair, I'll tell you news indifferent good for either. Here is a gentleman whom by chance I met. Upon agreement for us to his liking, will undertake to woo cursed Katherine, yea, and to marry her if her dowry please.
So said, so done as well. Hortensio, have you told him all her faults?
I know she is an irksome, brawling scold. If that be all, masters, I hear no harm.
No, sayest me so, friend? What countryman?
Born in Verona, old Antonio's son. My father dead, my fortune lives for me, and I do hope good days and long to see.
Oh, sir, such a life with such a wife were strange. But if you have a stomach to it, in God's name, you shall have me assisting you in all. But will you woo this wildcat?
Will I live?
Will he woo her? Aye, or I'll hang her.
Why came I hither but to that intent? Think you a little din can daunt mine ears? Have I not in my time heard lions roar? Have I not heard the sea, puffed up with winds, rage like an angry boar chafed with sweat? Have I not heard great ordnance in the field, and heaven's artillery thunder in the skies? Have I not in a pitched battle heard loud larums, neighing steeds, and trumpets clang? And do you tell me of a woman's tongue that gives not half so great a blow to hear as will a chestnut and a farmer's fire? Tush, tush, fear boys with bugs.
For he fears none.
Hortensio, hark! This gentleman is happily arrived. My mind presumes for his own good and yours.
I promised we would be contributors and bear his charge of wooing whatsoe'er.
And so we will, provided that he win her.
I would I were as sure of a good dinner.
Gentlemen, God save you. If I may be bold, tell me, I beseech you, which is the readiest way to the house of Signor Baptista Minola?
He who hath 2 fair daughters. Is he, you mean?
Even he, Biondillo.
Hark you, sir, you mean not to her?
Perhaps him and her, sir. What have you to do?
What are the chides, sir? At any hand, I pray.
I love no chiders, sir. Biondillo, let's away.
Well begun, Tranio.
Sir, a word ere you go. Are you a suitor to the maid you talk of, yea or no?
And if I be, sir, is it any offense?
No, if without more words you will get your hence.
Why, sir, I pray, are not the streets are as free for me as for you?
But so is not she.
For what reason, I beseech you?
For this reason, if you'll know, that she's the choice of love of Signor GREMIO.
That she's the chosen of Signor Hortensio.
Oh.
Softly, my masters. If you be gentlemen, do me this right. Hear me with patience. Baptista is a noble gentleman, to whom my father is not all unknown. And were his daughter fairer than she is, she may more suitors have, and me for one. Fair Lida's daughter hath 1,000 wooers. Then, well, one more may fair Bianca have, and so she shall. Lucentio shall make one, though Paris come in hope to speed alone.
Oh, what this gentleman will out-talk us all.
Sir, give him head, I know he'll prove a jade.
Hortensio, to what end are all these words?
Sir, let me be so bold as ask you, did you yet ever see Baptista's daughter?
No, sir, but I hear he hath 2. The one as famous for a scolding tongue as is the other for beauteous modesty.
Sir, the first for me, let her go by.
Oh, yea, leave that labor to great Hercules, and let it be more than Alcides 12.
Sir, understand you this of me, in sooth. The youngest daughter, whom you hearken for, her father keeps from all access of suitors, and will not promise her to any man unless the elder sister first be wed. The younger then is free, and not before.
If it be so, sir, that you are the man must stead us all, and me amongst the rest, and if you break the ice and do this feat, achieve the elder, set the younger free for our access, whose hap shall have to her, will not so graceless be to ingrate.
Sir, you say well, and well you do conceive. And since you do profess to be a suitor, you must, as we do, gratify this gentleman, to whom we all rest generally beholding.
Sir, I shall not be slack. In sign whereof, please you we may contrive this afternoon, and quaff carouses our mistress's health, and do as adversaries do in law. Strive mightily, but eat and drink as friends.
Oh, excellent motion. Fellows, let's be gone.
The motion's good indeed, and be it so. Petruchio, I shall be yours. Benvenuto.
And sister, wrong me not, nor wrong yourself to make a bondmaid and a slave of me. That I disdain. But for these other goods, unbind my hands. I'll pull them off myself. Yea, all to my raiment, even to my petticoat, or what you will command me I will do, so well I know my duty to my elders.
Oh, of all thy suitors I charge thee, tell whom thou lovest best, see thou dissemble not.
Believe me, sister, of all the men alive, I never yet beheld that special face, which I could fancy more than any other.
Minion, thou liest. Is not Hortensio?
Oh, if you affect him, sister, here I swear I'll plead for you myself, but you shall have him.
Oh, then be like you fancy riches more. You will have GREMIO to keep you fair.
Is it for him you do envy me so? Nay then, you jest. And now I will perceive that you've jested with me all this while. I pray thee, sister, Kate, untie my hands.
If that be jest, then all the rest was so.
Why, how now, dame? Where grows this insolence? Bianca, stand aside. Oh, poor girl, she weeps. Oh, go ply thy needle, meddle not with her. For shame, thou hilding of a devilish spirit! Why dost thou wrong her that ne'er did wrong thee? When did she cross thee with a bitter word?
Her silence flouts me, and I'll be revenged.
What, in my sight? Oh, Bianca, get thee in.
What? Will you not suffer me? Nay, now I see she is your treasure. She must have a husband. I must dance barefoot on her wedding day. And for you to love her, lead apes in hell. Talk not to me. I will go sit and weep till I can find occasion of marriage.
Was ever gentleman thus grieved as I? But who comes here?
Good morrow, neighbor Baptista.
Good morrow, neighbor GREMIO. God save you, gentlemen.
And you, good sir, pray, have you not a daughter called Katharina, fair and virtuous?
I have a daughter, sir, called Katharina.
You are too blunt. Go to it orderly.
Wrong me, Signor GREMIO. Give me leave. I am a gentleman of Verona, sir.
Overacting
That-
maybe too much. No, I mean we could also just.
Somebody needs to mute.
I'm tempted to have just
Someone
like a
should really,
little
really
sip
mute.
of that beer and at the
Okay, somebody needs to mute. Got it? Okay, good.
I don't hear anybody talking shit, so.
Yeah, you wrong me, Signor GREMIO. Give me leave. I am a gentleman of Verona, sir. That hearing of her beauty and her wit, her affable and bashful modesty, her wondrous qualities and mild behavior, am bold to show myself a forward guest within your house, to make mine eye the witness of that report which I so oft have heard. And for an entrance to my entertainment, I do present you with a man of mine, cunning in music and the mathematics, to instruct her fully in those sciences whereof I know she is not ignorant, except of him, or else you do me wrong. His name is Litio, born in Mantua.
You're welcome, sir, and he for your good sake. But for my daughter Katherine, this I know, she is not for your turn, the more my grief.
I see you do not mean to part with her, or else you like not of my company.
Mistake me not. I speak as I find. Whence are you, sir? What may I call your name?
Petruchio is my name, Antonio's son, a man well known throughout all Italy.
I know him well. You are welcome for his sake.
Ah, Savior, tell Petruchio, I pray, let us that our poor petitioners speak to. Makkani, you are marvelous forward.
Oh, pardon me, Signor GREMIO, I would fain be doing.
I doubt it not, sir, but you will curse your wooing. This is a gift very grateful, I am sure of it, to express the like kindness myself that have been more kindly beholding to you than any freely giving unto you, this young scholar, that hath been longing studying at rhymes at cunning in Greek, Latin, and other languages, as the other in music and mathematics. His name is GREMIO. Pray accept his service.
1,000 thanks, Signor GREMIO. Welcome, good GREMIO. But, gentle sir, methinks you walk like a stranger. May I be so bold as to know the cause of your coming?
Pardon me, sir. The boldness is mine own, that being a stranger in this city here, do make myself a suitor to your daughter, unto Bianca, fair and virtuous. Nor is your firm resolve unknown to me in the preferment of the eldest sister. This liberty is all that I request, that upon knowledge of my parentage, I may have welcome amongst the rest, that woo and free access and favor as the rest. And toward the education of your daughters, I here bestow a simple instrument, and this small packet of Greek and Latin books. If you accept them, then their worth is great.
Lucentio is your name? Of whence, I pray?
Of Pisa, sir, son to Vicentio.
A mighty man of Pisa. By report, I know him well. You are very welcome, sir. Take you the lute, and you the set of books. You shall go to see your pupils presently. Hola, within! Sirrah, lead these gentlemen to my daughters, and tell them both that these are their tutors. Bid them use them well. We will go walk a little in the orchard, and then to dinner. You are passing welcome, and so I pray you all to think yourselves.
Signor Baptista, my business asketh haste, and every day I cannot come to woo. You knew my father well, and in him me, left solely heir to all his lands and goods, which I have bettered rather than decreased. Then tell me, if I get your daughter's love, what dowry shall I have with her to wife?
After my death, the 1/2 of my lands, and in possession 20,000 crowns.
And for that dowry, I'll assure her of her widowhood, be it that she survives me, in all my lands and leases whatsoever. Let specialties therefore be drawn between us, that covenants may be kept on either hand.
Aye, when the special thing is well obtained, that is her love, for that is all in all.
Why, that is nothing. For I tell you, Father, I am as peremptory as she is proud-minded. And where two raging fires meet together, they do consume the thing that feeds their fury. Though little fire grows great with little wind, yet extreme gusts will blow out fire and all. So I to her, and so she yields to me, for I am rough, and woo not like a babe.
Well mayest thou woo, and happy be thy speed. But be thou armed for some unhappy words.
Aye, and to the proof, as mountains are for winds that shakes not, though they blow perpetually.
Oh, how now, my friend? Why dost thou look so pale?
For fear, I promise you, if I look pale.
What will my daughter prove a good musician?
I think she'll sooner prove a soldier. Iron may hold with her, but never lutes.
Why, canst thou not break her to the lute?
Why, no, for she hath broke the lute to me. I did tell her she mistook her frets and bowed her hand to teach her fingering, when with the most impatient devilish spirit, "Frets call you these?" quoth she, "I'll film with them." And with that word she struck me on the head. And through the instrument my pate made way, and there I stood amazed for a while, as on a pillory, looking through the lute. Why does she call me rascal fiddler and twangling jack, with 20 such vile terms as she studied to misuse me so?
Now, by the world, it is a lusty wench. I love her 10 times more than e'er I did. Oh, how I long to have some chat with her.
Well, go with me, and be not so discomfited. Proceed and practice with my younger daughter. She's apt to learn and thankful for good turns. Signor Petruchio, will you go with me, or shall I send my daughter Kate to you?
I pray you do. I'll attend her here and woo her with some spirit when she comes. Say that she rail. Why, then I'll tell her plain, she sings as sweetly as a nightingale. Say that she frown, and I'll say she looks as clear as morning roses newly washed with dew. Say she be mute and will not speak a word, then I'll commend her volubility, and say she uttereth piercing eloquence. If she do bid me pack, I'll give her thanks, as though she bid me stay a week. If she deny to wed, I'll crave the day when I shall ask the banns and when be married. But here she comes. And now, Petruchio, speak. Good morrow, Kate, for that's your name, I hear.
Well, have you heard but something hard of hearing? They call me Katherine that do talk of me.
You lie, in faith, for you are called plain Kate, and bonny Kate, and sometimes Kate the Cursed. But Kate, the prettiest Kate in Christendom, Kate of Kate Hall, my super dainty Kate, for dainties are all Kates, and therefore Kate. Take this of me, Kate, of my consolation. Hearing thy mildness praised in every town, thy virtues spoke of, and thy beauty sounded, yet not so deeply as to thee belongs, Myself am moved to woo thee for my wife.
Moved in good time. Let him that moved you hither remove you hence. I knew you at the first, you were immovable.
Why, what's immovable?
A joint stool.
Thou hast hit it. Come, sit on me.
Asses are made to bear, and so are you.
Women are made to bear, and so are you.
Page turning because you're an asshole? No such jade as you, if you mean.
Alas, good Kate, I will not burden thee, for knowing thee to be but young and light.
Too light for such a swain as you to catch, and yet as heavy as my weight should be.
Should buzz.
Well ta'en and like a buzzard.
Oh, slow-winged turtle, shall a buzzard take thee?
Aye, for a turtle as he takes a buzzard.
Come, come, you wasp. In faith, you are too angry.
If I be waspish, beware my sting.
My remedy then is to pluck it out.
Aye, if the fool could find where it lies.
Who knows not where a wasp does wear his sting? In his tail.
In his tongue.
Whose tongue?
Yours, if you talk of tails. And so farewell.
What? With my tongue in your tail? Nay, nay, come again, Katherine. I am a gentleman.
That I'll try.
I swear I'll cuff you if you strike me again.
So you may lose your arms. If you strike me, you are no gentleman. And if no gentleman, why then no arms?
A herald, Kate? Oh, put me in thy books.
What is your crest? A coxcomb?
A combless cock, so Kate will be my hen.
No cock of mine. You crow too like a craven.
Nay, nay. Come, Kate, come. You must not look so sour.
It is my fashion when I see a crab.
Why, here's no crab. Therefore, look not so sour.
There is.
Then show it to me.
Had I a glass, I would.
What, you mean my face?
Well aimed of such a young one.
Now, by St. George, I am too young for you.
Yet you are withered.
'Tis with cares.
I care not.
Nay, hear you, Kate. In sooth, you scape not so.
I chafe you if I tarry. Let me go.
No, not a whit. I find you passing gentle. 'Twas told me you were rough and coy and sullen, and now I find report a very liar, for thou art pleasing, gamesome, passing courteous, but slow in speech, yet sweet as springtime flowers. Thou canst not frown, thou canst not look askance, nor bite the lip as angry wenches will, nor hast thy pleasure to be cross in talk, but thou with mildness entertainest thy wooers, with gentle conference, soft and affable. Why does the world report that Kate doth limp? Oh, slanderous world! Kate is like a hazel twig, is straight and slender and brown in hue as hazelnuts, and sweeter than the kernels. Oh, let me see thee walk. Thou dost not hold.
Go, fool, and whom thou keep'st command.
Did ever Diane so become a grove as Kate in this chamber with her princely gait? Oh, be thou Diane, and let her be Kate, and then let Kate be chaste and Diane sportful.
Where did you study all this goodly speech?
It is extempore from my mother's wit.
A witty mother, witless else her son.
Am I not wise?
Yes, keep you warm.
Marry, so I mean, sweet Katherine, in thy bed. And therefore, setting all this chat aside, thus in plain terms, your father has consented that you shall be my wife, your dowry agreed on, and will you, nill you, I will marry you. Now, Kate, I am a husband for your term, for by this light whereby I see thy beauty that doth make me like thee well, thou must be married to no man but me. For I am he born to tame you, Kate, and bring you from a wild Kate to a Kate conformable as other household Kates. Here comes your father. Never make denial. I must and will have Katherine to be my wife.
Now, Signor Petruchio, how speed you with my daughter?
But How but well,
Good.
sir. How but well. It were impossible I should speed amiss.
Why, how now, daughter Katherine, in your dumps?
I'll call you me daughter. Now, I promise you, you have showed a tender fatherly regard to me, which wed to one half lunatic, a madcap ruffian and a swearing jack that thinks that with oaths to face the matter out.
Father, 'tis thus. Yourself and all the world that talked of her have talked amiss of her. If she be cursed, it is for policy. For she's not forward, but modest as the dove. She's not hot, but temperate as the morn. For patience, she will prove a second Griselle and Roman Lucrece for her chastity. And to conclude, we have grieved so well together that upon Sunday is the wedding day.
I'll see you hanged on Sunday first.
Hark, Petruchio, she says she'll see thee hanged first.
Is this your speeding? Nay then, good night our part.
Be patient, gentlemen. I choose her for myself. If she and I be pleased, what's that to you? 'Tis bargained twixt us twain being alone, that she shall still be cursed in company. I tell you, it's incredible to believe how much she loves me. Oh, the kindness, Kate. She hung about my neck, and kiss on kiss, she vied so fast, protesting oath on oath, that in a twink she won me to her love. Oh, you are novices. 'Tis a world to see how tame when men and women are alone. A meacock wench can make the curses true. Give me thy hand, Kate. I will into Venice to buy apparel against the wedding day. Provide the feast, father, and bid the guest. I will be sure my Katherine shall be fine.
I know not what to say, but give me your hands. God send you joy, Petruchio. 'Tis a match.
Amen, say
we
we.
say. We will be witnesses.
Father and wife and gentlemen, a Jew. I will to Venice. Sunday comes apace. We will have rings and things and fine array. And kiss me, Kate. We will be married a Sunday.
Was there ever a match clapped up so suddenly?
Oh, faith, gentlemen, now I play a merchant's part and venture madly on a desperate mart.
'Twas a commodity lay fretting by you. 'Twill bring you again, or perish on the seas.
The gain I seek is quiet in the match.
Oh, no doubt, but he hath quite a catch. But now, Baptista, to your younger daughter, now is the day we long have looked for. I am your neighbor and was suitor first.
And I am the one that loved Bianca more than words can witness or thoughts can guess.
Youngling, thou canst not love so dear as I.
Gray beard, thy love doth freeze.
Oh, by thine doth fry. Skipper, stand back. 'Tis age that nourisheth. Yeah.
But youth in ladies' eyes that flourisheth.
Content you, gentlemen. I will compound this strife. 'Tis deeds must win the prize, and he of both that can assure my daughter's greatest dower shall have my Bianca's love. Say, Signor GREMIO, what can you assure her?
First, as you know, my house within the city is richly furnished with plate and gold, basins and ewers to have lave her dainty hands. My hangings of all Tyrian tapestry and ivory coffers I have stuffed my crowns, in cypress chest my arrays counterpoints, costly apparels, tents, canopies, fine linen, Turkish cushions, bossed with pearls, valance of Venice, gold and needlework, pewters and brass, and all the things that belong to house or housekeeping. Then at my farm I have 100 milking to the pane, 60 fat oxen standing on my stalls, and all the things answerable to this portion. Myself I am struck in years, I must confess. And if I die tomorrow, this is hers. If I whilst I live, she will only mine.
That only came well in. Sir, list to me. I am my father's heir and only son, If I may have your daughter to wife, I'll leave her houses 3 or 4 as good, within rich piece of walls, and as any one or old Senor GREMIO has in Padua. Besides, 2,000 ducats by the year of fruitful land, all which shall by her be jointure. What, have I pinched you, Senor GREMIO?
2,000 ducats by the year of land. My land amounts not so much in all, that she shall have besides an argosy that now is lying in Marcellus Road. What have I choked you with an argosy?
GREMIO, 'tis known my father hath no less than 3 great argosies, besides 2 galaxies and 12 tight galleys. These I will assure her, and twice as much what thou art the rest.
Nay, I have offered all, I have no more, and she can have no more than all I have. If you like, you shall have me and mine.
Why then, the maid is mine from all the world, by your firm promise. GREMIOs, I bide.
I must confess, your offer is the best. And let your father make her the assurance she is your own. Or else, you must pardon me if you should die before him. Where's her dower?
But a cavil, he is old, I young.
Oh, and may not young men die as well as old?
Well, gentlemen, I am thus resolved. On Sunday next, you know my daughter Katherine is to be married. Now, on the Sunday following shall Bianca be bride to you, if you make this assurance. If not, to Signor GREMIO. And so I take my leave. And thank you both.
Adieu, good neighbor. And now I fear thee not, sirrah, young gamester. Your father were a fool to give thee all, and in his waning age set foot under thy table. Tut, a toy! An old Italian fox not so kind, my boy. Yeah.
A vengeance on your crafty withered hide. Yet I have faced it with a card of 10. 'Tis in my head to do my master good. I see no reason but to suppose Lucentio must get a father, and called supposed Vicentio. That's a wonder. Fathers commonly do get their children, but in this case of woman, a child shall get a sire if I fail not of my cunning.
Fiddler, forbear, you grow too forward, sir. Have you so soon forgot the entertainment? Her sister Katherine welcomed you withal.
But, wrangling pedant, this is the patroness of heavenly harmony. Then give me leave to have prerogative, and when in music we have spent an hour, your lecture shall have leisure for as much.
Preposterous ass, that never read so far to know the cause why music was ordained. Was it not to refresh the mind of man after his studies or his usual pain? Then give me leave to read philosophy, and while I pause, serve in your harmony.
Sirrah, I will not bear these braves of thine.
Why, gentlemen, you do me double wrong to strive for that which resteth in my choice. I am no breaching scholar in the schools. I'll not be tied to hours nor appointed times, but learn my lessons as I please myself. And to cut off all strife, here sit we down. Take you your instrument, play you the whiles. His lecture will be done ere you have tuned.
You'll leave his lecture when I am in tune?
That will be never. Your instrument.
Where left we last?
Here, madam. Hic ibat simor, hic est sigue telis, hic steratat puriami regia selcia senis.
Conster them.
Hic ibat, I told you before, simor, I am. Lucentio, son unto Vincencio of Pisa, disguised thus to get your love. Hic steratat, and that Lucentio comes a-wooing. Priami is my man Tranio. Regia, bury my port, Celsa senis, that we might beguile the old pantaloon.
Madam, my instrument's in tune.
Let's hear. Oh, fie, the treble jars.
Spit in the hole, man, and tune again.
Now let me see if I can conjure it. Hic ibat, I know you not. Hic est sigue talus, I trust you not. Hic sterat priami, take heed he hear us not. Regia, presume not. Celacenus, despair not.
Madam, 'tis now in tune.
All but the bass.
The bass is right. 'Tis the bass knave that jars. How fiery and forward our pendant is. Now for my life the knave doth court my love. Perescule, I'll watch you better yet.
In time I may believe, yet I mistrust.
Mistrust it not, for sure Acidus was Ajax, called so from his grandfather.
I must believe my master, else I promise you I should be arguing still upon that doubt. But let it rest. Now, Litio, to you. Good master, take it not unkindly, pray, that I have been thus pleasant with you both.
You may go walk and give me leave a while. My lessons make no music in 3 parts.
Are you so formal, sir? Well, I must wait. And watch withal, for, but I be deceived, our fine musician groweth amorous.
Madam, before you touch the instrument, to learn the order of my fingering, I must begin with rudiments of art, to teach you gamuts of the briefest sort, more pleasant, pithy, and effectual than hath been taught by any of my trade. And there it is in writing, fairly drawn.
Why, I am past my gamut long ago.
Yet read the gamut of Hortensio.
Gamut I, the ground of all accord. A re, to plead Hortensio's passion. B me, Bianca, take him for thy lord. C fa ut, that loves with all affection. D sol re, one cleft 2 notes have I. Et la me, show pity ere I die. Call you this gamut? Tut, I like it not. Old fashions please me best. I am not so nice to change true rules for odd inventions. Unmute.
No! Okay, God. Okay. Mistress, your father prays you leave your books and help to dress your sister's chamber up. You know tomorrow is the wedding day.
Sweet masters both. I'll be gone.
Faith, mistress, then I have no cause to stay.
But I have cause to pry into this pedant. Methinks he looks as though he were in love. Yet if thy thoughts, Bianca, be so humble to cast thy wandering eyes on every stale, seize thee that list. If once I find thee ranging, Hortensio will be quit with thee by changing.
Be gone! Okay.
Signor Lucentio, this is the appointed day that Katherine and Petruchio should be married. And yet, we hear not of our son-in-law. What will be said? What mockery will it be to want the bridegroom when the priest attends to speak the ceremonial rites of marriage? What says Lucentio to this shame of ours?
No shame but mine, forsooth, be forced to give my hand opposed against my heart unto a mad-brained Rudesby full of spleen who wooed in haste and means to wed at leisure. I told you, he was a frantic fool, hiding his bitter jests and blunt behavior, and to be noted for a merry man. He'll woo 1,000 point the day of marriage, make friends, invite and proclaim the banns, and yet never means to wed where he hath wooed. Now must the world point at poor Katherine and say, lo, there is mad Petruchio's wife, if it would please him, come and marry her.
Patience, good Katherine, and Baptista too. Upon my life, Petruchio means but well. Whatever fortune stays him from his word, though he be blunt, I know him passing wise. Though he be merry, yet withal he's honest.
Page is not turning because it's awful, just like you. Would Katherine had never seen him, though.
Go, girl. I cannot blame thee now to weep. Such an injury would vex a very saint, much more a shrew of thy impatient humor.
Master, news, and such old news as you have never heard.
Is it new and old too? How may that be?
Why, is it not news to hear of Petruchio's coming?
Is he come?
Why, no, sir.
What then?
He is coming.
When will he be here?
When he stands where I am and sees you there.
But say what to thine old news?
Why, Petruchio is coming in a new hat and an old jerkin, a pair of old breeches thrice turned, and a pair of boots that have been candle cases, one buckled, another laced, an old rusty sword taken out of the town armory, with a broken hilt and shapeless, with 2 broken points, his horse hipped with an old mothy saddle and stirrups of no kindred, besides possessed with the glanders and like to mose in the chine, troubled with the lampass, infected with the fashions, full of wind-gowls, sped with spavins, rayed with the yellows, past cure of the fives, stark spoiled with the staggers, benon with bots, swayed in the back and shoulder and shotten near the leg before, and with a half-checked bit and a headstall of sheep's leather, which, being restrained to keep him from stumbling, hath gone often burst and now repaired with knots. 1 girth 6 times pieced, and a woman's crupper for velour, which hath 2 letters for her name, fairly set down in studs, and here and there pieced with pack thread.
Who comes with him?
Oh, sir, his lackey, for all the world comprising like the horse, with a linen stock on one leg and a kersey boot hose on the other, gartered with a red and blue list, an old hat, and a humor of 40 fancies pricked into feather, a monster, a very monster in apparel, and not like a Christian footboy or a gentleman's lackey.
'Tis some odd humor pricks him to this fashion, yet oftentimes he goes but mean apparelled.
I am glad he's come, howsoe'er he comes.
Why, sir, he comes not.
Didst thou not say he comes?
Who? That Petruchio comes.
Aye, that Petruchio came.
No, sir, I say his horse comes with him on his back.
Why, that's all one.
Nay, by Saint Jamie, I hold you a penny, a horse and a man is more than one, and yet not many.
Come, where be these gallants? Who's at home?
You are welcome, sir.
And yet I come not well.
And yet you halt not.
Not so well apparelled as I wish you were.
Were it better I should rush in this, but where is Kate? Where is my lovely bride? How does my father, gentles, methinks you frown? Wherefore gaze this goodly company as if they saw some wondrous monument, some comet or unusual prodigy?
Why, sir, you know this is your wedding day. First, we were sad, fearing you would not come. Now sadder that you come so unprovided. Fie, doff this habit, shame to your estate, and the eyesore to our solemn festival.
And tell us what occasion of import hath also long detained you from your wife, and sent you here so unlike yourself.
Tedious or to tell, and harsh to hear. Suffice, I am come to keep my word, though in some parts enforced to digress, which at more leisure I will so excuse, as you shall well be satisfied with all. But where is Kate? I stayed too long from her. The morning wears this time we were at church.
See not your bride in these irreverent robes. Go to my chamber, put on clothes of mine.
Not I, believe me. Thus I'll visit her.
But thus, I trust, you will not marry her.
Good sooth, even thus. Therefore, have done with words. To me she's married, not to my clothes. Could I repair what she will wear in me, as I can change these poor accoutrements for well for Kate and better for myself? But what a fool am I to chat with you, when I should bid to good morrow to my bride and seal the title with a lovely kiss.
He hath some meaning in his mad attire. We will persuade him, be it possible, to put on better ere he go to the church.
I'll after him and see the event of this.
But sir, to love concerneth us to add her father's liking, which bring to pass, as I before imparted to your worship. I am to get a man, whether he be its skills not so much, will fit him to our turn, and he shall be Lucentio of Pisa, and make assurance here in Padua of greater sums than I have promised it. So shall you quietly enjoy your hope and marry sweet Bianca with consent.
Were it not that my fellow schoolmaster doth watch Bianca's steps so narrowly, 'twere good, methinks, to steal our marriage, which once performed, let all the world say no. I'll keep mine own despite all of the world.
That by degrees we mean look into, and watch our vantage in this business. We'll overreach the graybeard GREMIO, the narrow prying father MINOLA, the quaint musician amorous Litio, all for my master's sake Lucentio. Signor GREMIO, came you from the church?
As willing as e'er I came from school.
And is the bride and bridegroom coming home?
A groom, say you? 'Tis a groom indeed, a grumbling groom, and that the girl shall find.
Curser than she, why 'tis possible, 'tis impossible.
Why, he's a devil, a very fiend.
Why, she's a devil, the devil's dam.
Tut, she's a lamb, a dove, a fool to him. I'll tell you, Sir Litio, when the priest should ask if Katherine should be his wife, "Ay, by God's wounds," quoth he, and swore so loud that all amazed. The priest let fall the book, and as he stooped again to take it up, this mad-brained bridegroom take him such a cuff that down fell the priest and book and priest. "Now take them up," quoth he, "if any list."
What said the wench when he rose again?
Trembled and shook for why he stamped and swore, as if the vicar meant to cozy him. And after many ceremonies done, he calls for wine. "A health," quoth he, as he had been abroad. Whatever. 'Tis inmates after a storm quaffed off to the musicatel, and threw the psalms in all the sexton's face, having no other reason but that his beard grew thin and hungerly, and seemed to ask him sops as he was drinking. This done, he took the bride by the neck, kissed her lips with such a clamorous smack, and that all the parting, all the church did echo. And I, seeing this, came thence for very shame, and after me I know the rout is coming. Such a mad marriage never was before. Hark! Hark, I hears the minstrels play. Oh.
Gentlemen and friends, I thank you for your pains. I know you think to dine with me today and have prepared great store of wedding cheer, but though it is, my haste doth call me hence, and therefore here I mean to take my leave.
Is it possible you will away tonight?
I must away today before night come. Think it no wonder. If you knew my business, you would entreat me rather go than stay. And honest company, I thank you all that you have beheld me give away myself to this most patient, sweet, and virtuous wife. Dine with my father, drink a health to me, for I must hence, and farewell to you all.
Let us entreat you stay till after dinner.
It may not be.
Let me entreat you.
It cannot be.
Let me entreat you.
I am content.
Are you content to stay?
I am content that you shall entreat me to stay, but yet not stay. Entreat me how you can.
Now, if you love me, stay.
GREMIO, my horse.
Aye, sir. Oh, sorry. Aye, sir, they be ready. The oats have eaten the horses.
Nay then, do what thou canst. I will not go today, nor tomorrow, not till I please myself. The door is open, sir. There lies your way. You may be jogging while your boots are green. For me, I'll not be gone till I please myself. 'Tis like you'll prove a jolly surly groom, that take it on so roundly.
Oh, Kate, content thee. Prithee, be not angry.
I will be angry. What hast thou to do? Father, be quiet. He shall stay my leisure.
Ay, marry, sir, now it begins to work.
Gentlemen, forward to the bridal dinner. I see a woman may be made a fool if she had not a spirit to resist.
They shall go forward, Kate, at thy command. Obey the bride, you that attend on her. Go to the feast, revel and domineer, carouse full measure to her maidenhead. Be mad and merry, or go hang yourselves. But for my bonny Kate, she must with me. Nay, look not big, nor stamp, nor stare, nor fret. I will be master of what is mine own. She is my goods, my chattels. She is my house, my household stuff, my field, my barn, my horse, my ox, my ass, my everything. And here she stands. Touch her, whoever dare. I'll bring mine action on the proudest he that stops my way in Padua. GREMIO, draw forth thy weapon.
Hey.
We are beset with thieves. Rescue thy mistress if thou be a man. Fear not, sweet wench. They shall not touch thee, Kate. I'll buckler thee against 1,000,000.
Nay, let them go. A pair of quiet ones.
Wouldn't they not quickly? I should die with laughing.
Of all mad matches, never was the like.
Mistress, what was your opinion of your sister?
She being mad herself, she's madly mated.
Oh, I warned him Petruchio is cated, huh?
Neighbors and friends, the bride and bridegroom wants for to supply the places at the table. You know there once no junkets at the feast. Lucentio, you shall supply the bridegroom's place, and let Bianca take her sister's room.
Shall sweet Bianca practice how to bride it?
She shall, Lucentio. Come, gentlemen, let's go.
Fie and all tired, jaded, all mad masters and all foul ways. Was ever man so beaten? Was ever man so rayed? Was ever man so weary? I am sent before a fire, and they are coming after me to warm them. Now were not I a little pot, and soon hot, my very lips might freeze to my teeth, and the tongue to my roof, and my heart in my belly, ere I should come to the fire to thaw me. But I, with blowing the fire, shall warm myself, for, considering the weather, a taller man than I will take cold. Holla-ho, Curtis!
Who is that call so coldly?
I wasn't ready. A piece of ice. If thou doubt it, thou mayst slide it from my shoulder to my heel with no greater a run, but my head and neck. A fire, good Curtis.
Is my master and his wife coming, GREMIO?
Oh, aye, Curtis, aye. And therefore fire! Fire! Cast on no water.
Is she so hot a shrew as they say and reported?
She was, good Curtis, before this frost. But thou knowest winter tames man, woman, and beast, for it hath tamed my old master, and my new mistress, and myself. Below Curtis.
Away, 3-inch fool, I am no beast.
Am I but 3 inches? Why, thy horn is a foot, and so long as I am at least. But wilt thou make a fire? Or shall I complain unto thee to our mistress, whose hand, and she being now at hand, thou shalt soon feel, to thy cold comfort for being slow in thy hot office?
Oh, I prithee, good GREMIO, tell me, how goes the world?
Why, Jack boy, ho boy, and as much news as that wilt thou. Well, I jumped it. A cold world, Curtis, in every office but thine, and therefore fire. Do thy duty, and have thy duty, for my master and mistress are almost frozen to the death.
There's fire ready, and therefore, good GREMIO, the news.
Oh, yeah, well, like I said, well, Jack boy, ho boy, and as much as news as wilt thou.
Oh, come, you are so full of coney catching.
Why, therefore, fire, for I have caught extreme cold. Where's the cook? Is supper ready? Is the house trimmed, rushes strewed, cobwebs swept, and serving men in their new fustian, their white stockings, and every officer his wedding garment on? Be the jacks fair within, the Jills fair without, the carpets laid, and everything in order.
All ready, and therefore the news, I prithee.
First, no, my horse is tired, my master and mistress fallen out.
Oh.
Out of their saddles into the dirt, and thereby hangs a tale.
Less hag, good Gremio.
Lend thy ear.
Here.
There.
Oh, this 'tis to feel a tale, not to hear a tale.
And therefore 'tis called a sensible tale, and this cuff was but to knock your ear and beseech your listening. Now I begin. Imprimis, we came down a foul hill, my master riding behind my mistress.
Both of one horse?
What's that to thee?
Why, a horse.
Tell thou the tale. But hadst thou not crossed me, thou shouldst have heard how her horse fell, and she under her horse. Thou shouldst have heard how merry a place, how she was bemoiled, how he left with her horse upon her, how he beat me because her horse stumbled, how she waded through the dirt to pluck him off me, how he swore, how she prayed, she that never prayed before, how I cried, how the horses ran away, how her bridle burst, how I lost my crupper, with many things of worthy memory, which now shall die in oblivion, and thou return unexperienced to thy grave.
By this reckoning, he is more shrewd than she.
Aye. And that thou and the proudest of you all shall find when he comes home. What talk have I of this? Go forth, Nathaniel, Joseph, Nicholas, Philip, Walter, Sugarsop, and the rest. Let their heads be sickly comb, their blue coats brushed, and their garters of an indifferent knit. Let them curtsy with their left legs, and not presume to touch a hair of my master's horse's tail till they kiss their hands. Are they all ready?
They are.
Call them forth.
Do you hear how you must meet my master to countenance my mistress?
Why? She hath a face of her own.
Who knows not that?
Thou, it seems, that calls for company to countenance her.
I called them forth to credit her.
Why, she comes to borrow nothing of them.
Welcome home,
Gremio.
How now, Gremio?
What's up, Gremio?
Waza.
How now, old lad?
Welcome you. How now you? What you? Fellow you, and thus much greeting. Now, my spruce companions, is all ready and all things near?
All things is ready. How near is our master?
E'en at hand, lighted by this. And therefore be not cock's passion, silence. I hear my master.
Where be these knaves? What? No man at door to hold my stirrup, nor take my horse? Where's Nathaniel, Gregory, Philip?
Here, sir.
Here,
Here,
sir, here, sir, here, sir, here, sir. You logger-headed and unpolished grooms. What? No attendance, no regard, no duty? Where is the foolish knave I sent before?
Here, sir, as foolish as I was before.
You peasant swain, you whoresome malt horse drudge. Did I not bid thee meet me in the park and bring along these rascal knaves with thee?
Nathaniel's coat, sir, was not fully made, and Gabriel's pumps were all unpickneth heel. There was no link to color Peter's hat, and Walter's dagger was not come from sheathing. They were none but Adam, Rafe, and Gregory. The rest were ragged, old, beggarly. Yet, as they are, here they come to meet you.
Go, rascals, go, and fetch my supper in. Where's the life that late I led? Where are those? Sit down, Kate, and welcome. Toot. Why, when I say, nay, good, sweet Kate, be merry. Off with my boots, you rogues, you villains. When it was the friar of orders gray, as he walked forth on his way. Out, you rogue, you plucked my foot away. Right. Take that and mend the plucking of the other. Be merry, Kate. Some water here. What ho? Where's my spaniel Troilus? Sarah, get you hence, and bid my cousin Ferdinand come hither. One, Kate, that you must kiss and be acquainted with. Where are my slippers? Shall I have some water? Come, Kate, and wash, and welcome heartily. You whoresome villain, will you let it fall? Kate, are you mute?
Mistress Kate?
Kate of Kate all.
Kate, leave us.
Cursed Kate?
Kate
My
got,
ever bonny Kate.
Kate got so frustrated. She's into the play.
Kate was like, you know what? Never mind.
No,
I'm out.
No, I didn't leave, but I got kicked off. Where are we?
Oh, no. Where the hell is Kate?
I'm right here. I got kicked off and had to log back in. What's going on?
It should be 149, but you might have a different script. I don't know.
It's Act 4, Scene
1.
Oh, okay.
We're in
Patience, I pray you.
I got it.
Where are you? Let me.
Give me a minute.
Quick, someone
right
do
at the
some
top of
slapstick.
149.
Yeah, no, I got that. I just.
Where are my slippers? Shall I have some water? Come, Kate, and wash, and welcome heartily. You whoresome villain, will you let it fall?
There we are. We've entered. Okay.
Nobody expects
this
the
whole-
Spanish Inquisition.
Oh God! Everybody's singing.
Are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
You whoreson villain.
Patience, I pray you. 'Twas a fault unwilling.
A whoreson, beetle-headed, flap-eared knave. Come, Kate, sit down. I know you have a stomach. Will you give thanks, sweet Kate, or else shall I? What's this? Mutton?
I.
Who brought it?
I.
'Tis burnt, and so is all the meat. What dogs are these? Where is the rascal cook? How durst you villains bring it from the dresser and serve it thus to me that love it not? There, take it to you, trenchers, cups, and all. You heedless joltheads and unmannered slaves, what? Do you grumble? I'll be with you straight.
I pray you, husband, be not so disquiet. The meat was well if you were so contented.
I tell thee, Kate, 'twas burnt and dried away, and I expressly am forbid to touch it, for it engangers choler, planteth anger, and better 'twere that both of us did fast, and since of ourselves are choleric, then feed it with such over-roasted flesh. Be patient. Tomorrow shall be mended, and for this night we'll fast for company. Come, I will take thee to thy bridal chamber.
Peter, didst ever see the like?
I'll take Peter since Leanne is a new character, I guess. He kills her in her own humor.
Where is he?
In her chamber, making a sermon of continency of her, and rails and swears and rates that she, poor soul, knows not which way to stand, to look, to speak. Oh, and sits as one new risen from a dream. Away, away, he's coming hither.
Thus have I politically begun my reign, and 'tis my hope to end successfully. My falcon now is sharp and passing empty, for till she stoop, she must not be full gorged, for then she never looks upon her lure. Another way, I have to man my haggard to make her come and know her keeper's call. That is, to watch her as we watch these kites that bait and beat and will not be obedient. She ate no meat today, nor none shall eat. Last night she slept not, nor tonight she shall not. As with the meat, some undeserved fault I'll find about the making of the bed. And here I'll fling the pillow, there the bolster, this way the coverlet, another way the sheets. Aye, and amidst this pearly I intend that all is done in reverent care of her. And, in conclusion, she shall watch all night, and if she chance to nod, I'll rail and brawl, and with the clamor keep her still awake. This is a way to kill a wife with kindness, and thus I'll curb her mad and headstrong humor. He that knows better how to tame a shrew, let him now speak, 'tis charity to show.
Oh, Tranio. Sorry, I'm back. Is it possible, friend Litio, that Mistress Bianca doth fancy any other but Lucentio? I tell you, sir, she bears me fair in hand.
So, to satisfy you in what I have said, stand by and mark the manner of his teaching.
Now, mistress, profit in what you read.
But master, read you. First, resolve me that.
I read that I profess the art to love.
And may you prove, sir, master of your art.
While you, sweet dear, prove mistress of my heart.
Quick proceeders. Mary, now tell me, I pray, you that durst swear that your mistress Bianca loved none in the world so well as Lucentio.
Oh, despiteful love, unconstant womankind. I tell thee, Litio, this is wonderful.
Make no mistake no more. I am not Litio, nor a musician as I seem to be, but one that scorned to live in this disguise for such a one as leaves a gentleman and makes a god of such a cullion. No, sir, that I am called Hortensio.
Huh. Signor Hortensio, I have often heard of your entire affection to Bianca, and since mine eyes are witness of her likeness, I will with you, if you be so contented, forswear Bianca and her love forever.
See how they kiss in court? Signor Lucentio, here is my hand, and here I firmly vow never to woo her more, but do forswear her as one unworthy all the former favors that I have fondly flattered her withal.
And here I take the oath, the like unfeigned oath, never to marry with her, though she would entreat. Fie on her, see how beastly she doth court him.
Would all the world but had he quite forsworn. For me, that I may surely keep mine oath, I would be married to a wealthy widow ere 3 days past, which hath long as loved me as I have loved this proud, disdainful haggard. And so farewell, Signor Lucentio. Kindness in women, not their beauteous looks, shall win my love, and so I take my leave, in resolution as I swore before.
Mistress Bianca, bless you with such grace as longeth to a lover's blessed case. Nay, I have taken you napping, gentle love, and have forsworn you with Hortensio.
Canio, you jest. Have you both forsworn me?
Mistress, we have.
Then we are rid of Litio?
In faith, he'll have a lusty widow now that shall be wooed and wedded in a day.
God give him joy.
Aye, and he'll tame her.
He says so, Tranio?
Faith, he has gone unto the taming school.
A taming school? Is that such a place?
Aye, mistress, and Petruchio is the master that teacheth tricks 11 and 20 long to tame a shrew and charm her chattering tongue.
Oh, master, I have watched so long that I am dog weary, but as last I spied, an ancient angel coming down the hill will serve the turn.
What is he, Biondello?
Master, a mercantant or a pedant. I know not what, but formal in apparel, in gait and countenance, surely like your father.
And what of him, Tranio?
If he be credulous and trust my tale, I'll make him glad to seem Lucentio and give him assurance to BAPTISTA MINOLA as if he were the right Lucentio. Take in your love and then let me alone.
God save you, sir.
And you, sir, you are welcome. Travel you far on, or are you at the farthest?
Sir, at the farthest for a week or two, but then up further as far as Rome, and so to Tivoli, if God lend me life.
What countryman, I pray?
Of Mantua.
Of Mantua, sir. Marry, God forbid. And come to Padua, careless for your life?
My life, sir. How, I pray, for that goes hard.
'Tis death for anyone in Mantua to come to Padua. Know you not the cause? Your ships are stayed in Venice, and the Duke, for private quarrel twixt your Duke and him, hath published and proclaimed it openly. 'Tis marvel but that you are but newly come, you might have heard it else proclaimed about.
Alas, sir, it is worse for me than so, for I have bills for money by exchange from Florence, and I must deliver them.
Well, sir, to do you courtesy, this I will do, and this I will advise you. First, tell me, have you ever been at Pisa?
Aye, sir, in Pisa have I often been. Pisa renowned for grave citizens.
Among them, know you one Lucentio?
I know him not, but I have heard of him, a merchant of incomparable wealth.
He is my father, sir, and sooth to say, in countenance somewhat doth resemble you.
As much an apple doth an oyster, and all one.
To save your life in this extremity, this favor will I do you for his sake, and think it not the worst of all your fortunes that you are like to serve Lucentio. His name and credit shall you undertake, and in my house you shall be friendly lodged. Look that you take upon you as you should. You understand me, sir? So you shall stay till you have done your business in the city. If this be courtesy, sir, accept of it.
Oh, sir, I do, and will repute you ever the patron of my life and liberty.
Then go with me to make the matter good. This, by the way, I let you understand, my father is here looked for every day to pass the assurance of a dower in marriage twixt me and one Baptista's daughter here. In all circumstances, I'll instruct you. Go with me to clothe you as you becomes you.
No, forsooth, I do not for my life. Kate?
Katherine!
I'm here. The more my wrong, the more his spite appears. What did he marry me, to famish me? Beggars that come unto my father's door upon entreaty have a present alms, if not elsewhere they meet with charity. But I, who never knew how to entreat, nor never needed that I should entreat, am starved from need, giddy for lack of sleep. What oaths kept waking, and with brawling fed, and that which spites me more than all those wants. He does it under the name of perfect love, and who should say if I should sleep or eat? 'Twere deadly sickness were present death. I prithee, go and get me some repast. I care not what, so it be wholesome food.
What say you to a neat's foot?
'Tis passing good, I prithee let me have it.
I fear it is too caloric a meat. How say you to a fat tripe finely broiled?
I like it well. Good GREMIO, fetch it me.
I cannot tell, I fear 'tis too caloric. What say you to a piece of beef and mustard?
A dish that I do love to feed upon.
But the mustard's too hot a little.
Why then the beef, and let the mustard rest.
Nay then, I will not. You shall have the mustard, or else you get no beef of GREMIO.
Then both, or one, or anything thou wilt.
Why then, the mustard without the beef?
Go, get thee gone, thou false deluding slave, that feedst me with the very name of meat. Sorrow on thee and all the pack of you that triumph upon my misery. Go, get thee gone, I say.
How fares my Kate? What, sweetling, a la mort?
Mistress, what cheer?
Faith, as cold as can be.
Pluck up thy spirits. Look cheerfully upon me. Here, love, thou seest how diligent I am to dress the meat myself and bring it thee. I am sure, sweet Kate, this kindness merits thanks. What? Not a word? Nay, then, thou lovest it not, and all my pains is sorted to no proof. Here, take away this dish.
I pray you let it stand.
The poorest service is repaid with thanks, and so shall mine before you touch the meat.
I thank you, sir.
Signor Petruchio, fie. You are to blame. Come, Mistress Kate, I'll bear you company.
Eat it all up, Hortensio, if thou lovest me. Much good do it unto thy gentle heart. Kate, eat apace. And now, my honey love, will we return unto thy father's house and revel it as bravely as the best, with silken coats and caps and golden rings, with ruffs and cuffs and farthingales and things, with scarves and fans and double change of bravery, with amber bracelets, beads, and all this knavery. What, hast thou dined? The tailor stays thy leisure to deck thy body with his ruffling treasure. Come, tailor, let us see these ornaments. Lay forth the gown. What news with you, sir?
Here is the cap your worship did bespeak.
Why, this was molded on a porger, a velvet dish. Fie, fie, 'tis lewd and filthy. Why, 'tis a cockle or a walnut shell, a knack, a toy, a trick, a baby's cap. Away with it. Come, let me have a bigger.
I'll have no bigger. This doth fit the time, and gentlewomen wear such caps as these.
When you are gentle, you shall have one too, and not till then.
That will not be in haste.
Sir, I trust that I have leave to speak. And speak I will. I am no child, no babe. Your betters have endured me, state my mind. And if you cannot, best you stop your ears. My tongue will tell the anger of my heart, or else my heart concealing it will break. And rather than it shall, I will be free, even to the utmost, as it please in words.
Why, thou sayest true. It is a paltry cap, a custard coffin, a bauble, a silken pie. I love thee well, and that thou likest it not.
Love me or love me not, I like the cap. And it I will have, or I will have none.
Thy gown? Why, aye, come, tailor, let's see it. Oh, mercy God, what masking stuff is here? What's this, a sleeve? It's like a demi-cannon. What, up and down and carved like an apple tart? Here's a snip and a nip and a cut and a slish and a slash, like to a censer in a barber shop. Why, what a devil's name, tailor, callest thou this?
I see she's like to have neither cap nor gown.
You bid me make it orderly and well, according to the fashion and the time.
Marry, and did, but if you be remembered, I did not bid you mar it to the time. Go hop me over every kennel home, for you shall hop without my custom, sir. I'll none of it. Hence, make your best of it.
I never saw a better fashioned gown, more quaint, more pleasing, nor more commendable. Belike you mean to make a puppet of me?
Why, true, he means to make a puppet of thee.
She says your worship means to make a puppet of her.
Oh, monstrous arrogance, thou liest, thou thread, thou thimble, thou yard, 3/4, half yard, quarter nail, thou flea, thou knit, thou winter cricket, thou braved in my own house with a skin of thread. Away, thou rag, thou quantity, thou remnant, or I shall be so meet with thy yard as thou shalt think of prating while thou livest. I tell thee, I, that thou hast marred her gown.
Your worship is deceived. The gown was made just as my master had direction. GREMIO gave order how it should be done.
I gave him no order. I gave him the stuff.
But how did you desire it should be made?
Marry, sir, with needle and thread.
But did you not request to have it cut?
Thou hast faced many things.
I have.
Faced me not. Thou hast braved many men. Brave me not. I will neither be faced nor braved. I say unto thee, bid thy master cut the gown. But I did not bid him cut it to pieces. Ergo, thou liest.
Why, here is the note of the fashion to testify.
Read it.
The note lies in's throat, if ye say I said so.
Imprimis, a loose-bodied gown.
Master, if I ever said loose-bodied gown, sewn me in the skirts of it and beat me to death with the bottom of a brown thread, I said a gown.
Proceed.
With a small compass cape.
I confess the cape.
With a trunk sleeve.
I confess the 2 sleeves.
The sleeves curiously cut.
Aye. There's the villainy.
Error is the bill, sir. Error is the bill. I command that the sleeve should be cut out and sewed up again, and that I'll prove upon thee, though thy little finger be armed in a thimble.
This is true that I say, and I had thee in place where thou shouldst know it.
I am for thee straight. Take thou the bill. Give me thy meat yard, and spare not me.
God of mercy, GREMIO, then he shall have no odds.
Well, sir, in brief, the gown is not for me.
You are in the right, sir. 'Tis for my mistress.
Go, take it up into thy master's house.
Villain, not... Oh. Sorry. Villain, not for thy life. Take up my mistress's gown for thy master's use.
Why, sir, what's your conceit in that?
Oh, sir, the conceit is deeper than you think for. Take up my mistress's gown to his master's use. Oh, fie, fie, fie.
Lucentio, say thou wilt see the tailor paid. Go, take it hence, begone, and say no more.
Tailor, I'll pay thee for thy gown tomorrow. Take no unkindness of his hasty words. Away, I say. Commend me to thy master.
Well, come, my Kate, we will to your fathers. Even in these honest means habiliments, our purses shall be proud, our garments poor, but for 'tis the mind that makes the body rich. And as the sun breaks through the darkest clouds, so honor purest in the meanest habit. What is the jay more precious than the lark because his feathers are more beautiful? Or is the adder better than the eel because his painted skin contents the eye? Oh, no, good Kate. Neither art thou the worse for this poor furniture and mean array, if thou accountest it shame. Lay it on me, and therefore frolic. We will hence forthwith to feast and sport us at thy father's house. Go, call my men, and let us straight to him, and bring our horses into the long lane end. There we will mount, and thither walk on foot. Let's see, I think it is now some 7 o'clock, and well may come there by dinner time.
I dare assure you, sir, 'tis almost 2, and 'twill be supper time ere you come there.
It shall be 7 ere I go to horse. Look what I speak or do or think to do. You are still crossing it. Sirs, let it alone. I will not go today, and ere I do, it shall be what o'clock I say it is.
Why, so this gallant will commend the sun.
Sir, this is the house. Please it you that I call?
Aye, what else? And but I be deceived, Signor Baptista may remember me. Nearly 20 years ago in Genoa, when we were lodgers at the Pegasus.
'Tis well, and hold your own in any case with such austerity as longeth to a father.
I warrant you. But sir, here comes your boy. 'Twere good he were schooled.
Fear you not him. Sir Biondello, do your duty thoroughly, I advise you. Imagine toward the right, Lucentio.
But fear not me.
But hast thou done thy errand to Baptista?
I told him that your father was at Venice, and that you looked for him this day in Padua.
Thou art a tall fellow. Hold thee that to drink. Here comes Baptista. Set your countenance, sir. Signor Baptista, you are happily met. Sir, this is the gentleman that I told you of. I pray you stand good father to me now. Give me Bianca for my patrimony.
Soft son, sir, by your leave, having come to Padua to gather in some debts, my son Lucentio made me acquainted with a weighty cause of love between your daughter and himself. And for the good report I hear of you, and for the love he beareth to your daughter, and she to him, to stay him not too long, I am content in a good father's care to have him matched. And if you please to like no worse than I, upon some agreement me shall find ready and willing, with one consent to have her so bestowed. For curious I cannot be with you, Signor Baptista, of whom I hear so well. Baptista, such goodness I hear.
I've been pondering your words as you say them, and was without words and knew not what to say. But, sir, pardon me in what I finally, after all this time, have to say. Your plainness and your shortness please me so well. Right true it is that your son Lucentio here doth love my daughter, and she loveth him, or both dissemble deeply their affections. And therefore, if you say no more than this, that like a father you will deal with him and pass my daughter's sufficient dower, the match is made, and all is done. Your son shall have my daughter with consent.
I thank you, sir. Where then do you know best we be affied in such assurance taken, as shall with either part's agreement stand?
Not in my house, Lucentio, for you know pitchers have ears, and I have many servants. Besides, old GREMIO is hearkening still, and happily we might be interrupted.
Then at my lodging, and it like you, there doth my father lie, and there this night will pass the business privately and well. Send for your daughter by your servant here. My boy shall fetch the scrivener personally. The worst is this, that at so slender warning you are like to have a thin and slit your pittance.
It likes me well. Cambio, hie you home, and bid Bianca make her ready straight, and if you will, tell what hath happened. Lucentio's father is arrived in Padua, and how she's like to be Lucentio's wife.
I pray the gods she may, with all my heart.
Dally not with the gods, but get thee gone. Signor Baptista, shall I lead the way? Welcome, one mess is like to be your cheer. Come, sir, we will better it in Pisa.
I follow you.
Gambio.
What sayest thou, Biondello?
You saw my master wink and laugh upon you.
Biondello, what of that?
Faith, nothing, but has left me here behind to expound the meaning of moral of his signs and tokens.
I pray thee, moralize them.
Then thus, Baptista is safe, talking with the deceiving father of a deceitful son.
And what of him?
His daughter is to be brought by you to the supper.
And then?
The old priest at St. Luke's church is at your command to all our hours.
And what of all this?
I cannot, except that they are bruised about a counterfeit assurance. Take you assurance of her cum privilegio ad imprevendum solum. To the church, take the priest, clerk, and some sufficient honest witnesses. If this be not that you look for, I have no more to say, but bid Bianca farewell forever and a day.
Hearest thou, Biondello?
I cannot tarry. I knew a wench married in an afternoon as she went to the garden for parsley to stuff a rabbit. And so may you, sir, and so adieu, sir.
My master hath appointed me to go to St. Luke's to bid the priest be ready to come against. You come with your appendix.
I may and will, if she be so contented. She will be pleased. Then wherefore should I doubt? Hap what hap may, I'll roundly go about her. I shall go hard if Cambio go without her.
Come on in God's name once more toward our fathers. Good Lord, how bright and goodly shines the moon.
She just left because she's like,
no, I'm here.
Kate,
It won't let me. I'm here.
Kate,
The moon?
how bright and
You mean
goodly
the
shines
sun?
the moon, Kate.
It's not nighttime now.
I say it is the moon that shines so bright.
I know it is the sun that shines so bright.
Now by my mother's son, and that's myself, it shall be moon or star or what I list, or ere I journey to your father's house. Go on, fetch our horses back again, evermore crossed and crossed, nothing but crossed.
Say as he says, or we shall never go.
Forward, I pray, since we have come so far, and be it moon or sun or what you please, and if you please call it a rush candle, henceforth I vow it shall be so for me.
I say it is the moon.
I know it is the moon.
Nay, you lie. It is the blessed sun.
Then God be blessed, it is the blessed sun. But sun it is not when you say it is not. And the moon changes even at your mind. What you will have it named, even that it is, and so it shall be so for Katherine.
Petruchio, go thy ways, the field is won.
Well, forward, forward. Thus the bow shall run, and not unluckily against the biased, but soft. Company is coming here. Good morrow, gentle mistress. Where away? Tell me, sweet Kate, and tell me truly too, hast thou beheld a fresher gentlewoman? Such war of white and red within her cheeks. What spars do spangle heaven with such beauty as those two eyes become that heavenly face, fair, lovely maid. Once more good day to thee, sweet Kate, embrace her for her beauty's sake.
He will make the man mad to make the woman of him.
Young budding virgin, fair and fresh and sweet, whither away, or where is thy abode? Happy the parents of so fair a child, happier the man whom favorable stars allot thee for his lovely bedfellow.
Why, how now, Kate? I hope thou art not mad. This is a man, an old, wrinkled, faded, withered, and not a maiden, as thou sayest it is.
Pardon, old father, my mistaking eyes, that have been so bedazzled with the sun, that everything I look on seemeth green. Now I perceive thou art a revered father. Pardon, I pray thee, for my mad mistaking.
Do, good old grandsire, and withal make known which way thou travellest, if along with us we shall be joyful of thy company.
Fair sir, and you my merry mistress, that with your strange encounter much amazed me. My name is called Lucentio, my dwelling Pisa, and bound I am to Padua, there to visit a son of mine which long I have not seen.
What is his name?
Lucentio, gentle sir.
Happily met, the happier for thy son, and now by law as well as reverend age, I may entitle thee my loving father, the sister to my wife, this gentlewoman, thy son by this hath married. Wonder not, nor be not grieved. She is of good esteem, her dowry wealthy and of worthy birth. Besides, so qualified as may beseem the spouse of any noble gentleman, let me embrace with old Vincentio, and wonder we to see thy honest son, who will of thy arrival be full joyous.
But is this true? Or is it else your pleasure, like pleasant travelers, to break a jest upon the company you overtake? I do assure thee, father, so it is.
Come, go along, and see the truth thereof, for our first merriment has made thee jealous.
Well, Petruchio, this has put me in heart. Have to my widow, and if she be forward, then thou hast our Hortensio to be untowered.
Softly and swiftly, sir, for the priest is ready. Mary, I say the priest is ready.
Uh-oh.
Perhaps I speak too softly. I say, Lucentio, the priest is ready.
Oh no, Tanya.
Is I speaking softly? Therefore thou couldst not hear me, for which I apologize greatly. But I do fly, Biondello, but they may chance to need thee at home. Therefore leave us.
Nay, Faith, I'll see the church at your back, and then come back to my masters as soon as I can.
I marvel Cameo comes not all this while.
Sir, here's the door. This is Lucentio's house. My father bears more toward the marketplace. Thither must I, and here I leave you, sir.
You shall not choose, but drink before you go. I think I should command your welcome here, and by all likelihood some cheer is toward.
Though busy within, you were best to knock louder.
What's he that knocks? Says he would beat down the gate?
Is Signor Lucentio within, sir?
He's within, sir, but not to be spoken withal.
What if a man bring him £100 or two to make merry withal?
Keep your £100 to yourself. He shall need none so long as I live.
Nay, I told you your son was well beloved in Padua. Do you hear, sir? To leave frivolous circumstances, I pray you tell Signor Lucentio that his father is come from Pisa and is here at the door to speak with him.
Thou liest. His father is come from Padua and here looking at the window.
Art thou his father?
Aye, sir, so his mother says, if I may believe her.
Why, how now, gentlemen? Why, this is flat knavery to take upon you another man's name.
Lay hands on the villain. I believe he means to cozen somebody in the city under my countenance.
I have seen them in the church together. God send them good shipping. But who is here? Mine old master Vincentio. Now we are undone and brought to nothing.
Come hither, Crackhemp.
I hope I may choose, sir.
Come hither, you rogue. What, have you forgot me?
Forgot you? No, sir. I could not forget you, for I never saw you before in my life.
What? You multorious villain. Didst thou never see thy master's father, Vincentio?
What? My old worshipful old master? Yes, marry, sir. See you where he looks out of the window?
Is it so indeed? Bitch.
Stop! Help, help, help! He is a madman with murder me. Or will murder me.
Help, son! Help, Signor Baptista!
Prithee, Kate, let's stand aside and see the end of this controversy.
Sir, what are you that offered to beat my servant?
What am I, sir? Nay, what are you, sir? Oh, immortal gods, oh, fine villain. A silken doublet, a velvet hose, a scarlet cloak, and a Copton hat. Oh, I am undone. I am undone. While I play the good husband at home, my son and my servant spend all at the university.
How now? What's the matter?
What? Is the man lunatic?
Sir, you seem a sober ancient gentleman by your habit, but your words show you are a madman. Why, sir, what concerns you if I wear pearl or gold and gold? I thank my good father I am able to maintain it.
Thy father? Oh, villain, he is a sailmaker in Bergamo.
You mistake, sir, you mistake, sir. Pray, what do you think is his name?
His name! As if I knew not his name. I have brought him up ever since he was 3 years old, and his name is Tranio.
Away, away, mad ass. His name is Lucentio, and he is mine only son, and heir to the lands of me, Signor Vicentio.
Lucentio? Oh, he hath murdered his master. Lay hold on him, I charge you in the Duke's name. Oh, my son, tell me, thou villain, where is my son Lucentio?
Call forth an officer. Carry this bad knave to the jail. Father Baptista, I charge you see that he be forthcoming.
Carry me to the jail?
Stay, officer, he shall not go to prison.
Talk not, Signor GREMIO. I say he shall go to prison.
Take heed, Signor Baptista, lest you be conny catched in this business. I dare swear this is the right of Lucentio.
Swear if thou darest.
I dare not swear it.
Then thou wert best say, I am not Lucentio.
Yes, for thee to be Signor Lucentio.
Away with a dotard, to the jail with him.
Thus strangers may be held and abused, O monstrous villain.
Oh, we are spoiled, and yonder he is. Deny him, forswear him, or else we are all undone.
Pardon, sweet father.
Lives my sweet son?
Pardon, dear father.
Oh, how hast thou offended? Where is Lucentio?
Here's Lucentio, right son of the right Vincentio, that have by marriage made thy daughter mine, while counterfeit supposes bleared thine eyne.
Here's packing with a witness to deceive us all.
Where's that damned villain Tranio, that faced and braved me in this matter so?
Wait, tell me, is this not my Cambio?
Cambio is changed into Lucentio.
Love wrought these miracles. Bianca's love made me exchange my state with Tranio, while he did bear my countenance in the town, and happily I have arrived at the last unto the wished haven of my bliss. What Tranio did, myself enforced him to do. Then pardon him, sweet father, for my sake.
I'll slit the villain's nose that would have sent me to the jail.
What do you hear, sir? Have you married my daughter without asking my goodwill?
Fear not, Baptista. We will content you. Go to. But I will end to be revenged for this villainy.
And I to sound the depth of this knavery.
Look not pale, Bianca. Thy father will not frown.
Oh, my cake is dough, but I'll am in among the rest, out of hope of all but my share of the feast.
Husband, let's follow to see the end of this ado.
First kiss me, Kate, and we will.
What, in the middle of the street?
What, art thou ashamed of me?
No, sir. God forbid, but ashamed to kiss.
Well then, let's home again. Come, Sarah, let's away.
Nay, I will give thee a kiss. Now pray thee, love, stay.
Is not this well? Come, my sweet Kate, better once than never, for never too late.
And we're entered.
Lucentio,
I keep hitting my mute button the wrong way.
Right, where's my master Lucentio?
At long last, though long, our jarring notes agree. And time it is when raging war is done to smile at scapes and perils overblown. My fair Bianca, bid my father welcome, while I with self-same kindness welcome thine. Brother Petruchio, sister Katharina, and thou, Hortensio, with thy loving widow, feast with the best and welcome to my house. My banquet is to close our stomachs up and our great good cheer. Pray you sit down, for now we sit to chat as well as eat.
Nothing but sit and sit and eat and eat.
Padua affords this kindness, son Petruchio.
Padua affords nothing but what is kind.
For both our sakes, I would that word were true.
Now, for my life, Hortensio fears his widow.
They never trust me if I be afeard.
You are very sensible, and yet you miss my sense. I mean, Hortensio is afeard of you.
He that is giddy thinks the world turns round.
Roundly replied.
Mistress, how mean you that?
Thus I conceive by him.
Conceives by me? How likes Hortensio that?
My widow says, thus she conceives her tale.
Very well mended. Kiss him for that, good widow.
He that is giddy thinks the world turns round. I pray you, tell me what you meant by that.
Your husband, being troubled with a shrew, measures my husband's sorrow by his woe. And now you know my meaning.
A very mean meaning.
Right, I mean you.
And I am mean indeed, respecting you.
To her, Kate.
To her, widow.
100 marks. My Kate does put her down.
That's my office.
Spoke like an officer. Ha! To thee, lad.
How likes GREMIO these quick-witted folks?
Oh, believe me, sir, they budget well together. Together well, yeah. Yes.
Bianca.
But together well.
Bianca.
Butts.
Oh,
Lots of butts.
So many
Yes,
butts.
we get the butt.
A hasty
And
witted body would say your head and butt were head and horn.
Aye, Mistress Bride, hath that awakened you?
Aye, but not frighten me. Therefore I'll sleep again.
Nay, that you shall not. Since you have begun, have at you for a bitter jest or two.
Am I your bird? I mean to shift my bush and then pursue me as you draw your bow. You're welcome all.
She hath prevented me. Here, Signor Tranio, this bird you aimed at, though you hit her not, therefore a health to all that shot and missed.
Oh, sir, Lucentio slipped me like his greyhound, which runs himself and catches for his master.
A good swift simile, but something currish.
'Tis well, sir, that you hunted for yourself. 'Tis thought your deer does hold you at a bay.
Oh, Petruchio! Tranio hits you now.
I thank thee for that, good Tranio.
Confess, confess, hath he not hit you here?
He hath a little galled me, I confess, and as the jest did glance away from me, 'tis 10 to 1 it maimed you two outright.
Now in good sadness, son Petruchio, I think that thou hast the veriest shrew of all.
Well, I say no, and therefore, for assurance, let each one send unto his wife, and he whose wife is most obedient to come at first when he doth send for her, shall win the wager which we will propose.
Content. What's the wager?
20 crowns.
20 crowns? I'd venture so much of my hawk or a hound, but 20 times so much upon my wife.
100 then.
Content.
A match. 'Tis done.
Who shall begin?
That will I. Go, Biondello. Bid your mistress come to me.
I go!
Son, I'll be your half, Bianca. Come.
I'll have no halves. I'll bear it all myself. How now? What news?
Sir, my mistress sends you word that she is very busy and she cannot come.
How she's busy and she cannot come. Is that an answer?
Aye, and a kind one too. Pray God, sir, your wife sends you not a worse.
Oh, I hope better.
Sir Biondello, go and entreat my wife to come to me forthwith.
Oh, ho, entreat her. Nay, then, she must needs come.
I am afraid, sir. Do what you can. Yours will not be entreated. Now, where's my wife?
She says you have some goodly jest in hand. She will not come. She bids you come to her.
What? Worse and worse, she will not come. Oh, vile, intolerable, not to be endured. Tira GREMIO, go to your mistress. Say, I command her, come to me.
I know her answer.
What?
She will not.
The fouler fortune mine, and there's an end.
Now, by my holiday, here comes Katherine.
What is your will, sir, that you sent for me?
Where is your sister and Hortensio's wife?
They sit conferring by the parlor fire.
Go fetch them hither. If they deny to come, swinge me them soundly forth unto their husbands. Away, I say, and bring them hither straight.
Here is a wonder, if you talk of a wonder.
And so it is. I wondered what abodes.
Marry, peace it abodes, and love, and quiet life, and awful rule and right supremacy. Aye, and to be short, what's not that's sweet and happy?
Now fair befall thee, good Petruchio. The wager thou hast won, and I will add unto their losses 20,000 crowns, another dowry to another daughter, for she is changed as she had never been.
Nay, I will win my wager better yet, and show more sign of her obedience, her new-built virtue and obedience. See where she comes, and brings your froward wives as prisoners to her womanly persuasion. Katherine, that cap of yours becomes you not. Off with that bauble and throw it underfoot.
Lord, never let me have a cause to sigh till I be brought to such a silly pass.
Fie, what a foolish duty calls you this?
I would your duty were as foolish too. The wisdom of your duty, fair Bianca, hath cost me 100 crowns since supper time.
More fool you for laying on my duty.
Katherine, I charge thee, tell these headstrong women what duty they owe their lords and husbands.
Come, you're mocking. We will have no telling.
Come on, I say, and first begin with her.
She shall not.
I say she shall. And
Fie.
first begin with her.
Fie. Unknit that threatening, unkind brow, and dart not scornful glances from those eyes. To wound thy lord, thy king, thy governor, it blots thy beauty as frosts do bite the meads, confounds thy fame as whirlwind shakes buds, and in no sense is meet or amiable. A woman moved is like a fountain troubled, muddy, ill-seeming, thick, bereft of beauty. Why, and while it is so, none so dry or thirsty will deign to sip or touch one drop of it. Thy husband is thy lord, thy life, thy keeper, thy head, thy sovereign, one that cares for thee and for thy maintenance commits his body to painful labor by both sea and land, to watch the night in storms, the day in cold, whilst thou liest warm at home, secure and safe, and craves no other tribute at thy hands. Why, but love, fair looks, and true obedience, too little payment for so great a debt. Such duty as the subject owes the prince, even such a woman owes to her husband. And when she is forward, peevish, sullen, and sour, and not obedient to his honest will, what is she but a foul, contending rebel, and graceless traitor to her loving lord? I am ashamed that women are So simple to offer war where they should kneel for peace, or seek for rule, supremacy, and sway when they are bound to serve, love, and obey. Why, are our bodies soft and weak and smooth, unapt to toil and trouble in the world, but that our soft conditions and our hearts should well agree with our external parts? Come, come, you forward and unable worms. My mind has been as big as one of yours, my heart as great, my reason happily more, to bandy word for word and frown and fawn. But now I see that our lances are but straws, our strength as weak, our weakness as past compare. These seeming to be most which we indeed least are, that seeming to be, and yet then veil your stomachs, for it's no boot, and place your hands below your husband's foot, in token of which duty, if he please, my hand is ready, may it do him ease.
Why, there's a wench. Come on and kiss me, Kate.
Well, go thy ways, old lad, for thou shalt have it.
'Tis a good hearing when children are toward.
But a harsh hearing when women are froward.
Come, Kate, we'll to bed. We three are married, but you two are sped. 'Twas I won the wager, though you hit the white. And being a winner, God give you good night.
Now go thy ways. Thou hast tamed a cursed shrew.
'Tis a wonder by your leave she will be tamed so.
So I'll be honest. I thought that was a lot more feminist ending than it actually was. So that gave me a little bit of pause in the end there. Anybody else?
Yeah. It's so
You thought it was what in the end?
I think we all know I did my very best acting there on that last page.
Everybody was so fantastic.
It was good.
I think that Kate has figured out it's all BS and she's just playing the game.
I say that's what.
Oh, she's cleverer than
I think
anyone
it's a
else.
wink and a nod. I think that she's figured out there's a bet. They're the two. She's the smartest person in the room.
I don't think that's the only way to play it, but I think it's the best way to play it.
Yeah,
I agree. Absolutely.
I agree.
For sure.
All right, well, we'll see. I guess I'll see some of you guys Friday and Saturday.
Yay.
Yes.
I will be there in an audience capacity. Thank you all so much. We'll definitely be picking this up next week. In addition, I'm doing a TGIF table read. Our first is the first episode of Full House.
Cool.
That will be Friday.
That's a problem play.
Just message me. We've already passed this one, but I will be announcing next Friday's TGIF episode. So we'll also be doing reads of that, and also another drunken edition next week. So please stay tuned.
On Wednesday? Nicole, on Wednesday?
Possibly, most likely, depending on when Zoom Shakespeare is happening as well.
Thank you.
Where will you be?
We're all working together here.
Yeah.
So Wednesday, Shakespeare Wednesday.
Could be, yes, most likely, if that works.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are we for real and for sure and for truesies and for realsies about doing Rocky Horror? Because I swear to God, I am Frank. I will beat the shit out of all of you. I am
Rocky Horror. That's amazing.
That was, and that was in the chat because of me.
Yeah, I don't know. How would we do that?
There's
Just
a
do
rights
the
issue,
audio?
probably,
Share
but
screen.
maybe.
Share
the rights
screen.
to
Have the
Rocky
movie
Horror.
over here.
Right, but we would, in order to be like parody rights or something, in order to record it, we would need something more than just share screen.
Everybody would have to be playing their own music and not like backing tracks. It would have to be like you playing an instrument, playing that music. But I digress. Thank you all so much. All of you
Hey,
talented,
thanks for doing this,
fabulous,
Nicole.
fabulous people.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thanks
for
That was a lot of fun.
Nice meeting you all.
I'll have a great night.
Nice meeting you.
Cece,
Have a
you're
good
the
night.
Y'all have a good
Thank you
one.
again.
All of
Have a good
y'all
night.
are great.
Night.
Good night, guys.
Alric,
Thank
the
you.
stylist.
Bye-bye.
Good night, all.
Bye.
Steven.
Farewell. Be well.
Shout out to Steven.
So long, farewell.